Hey, everybody. Welcome back to My Unsolicited Opinion, where we give our
Hey.
takes on all types of topics from anything in pop culture, news, life, love, relationships, all of that
The
jazz.
whole gambit.
The whole thing, y'all. And today, we are going to chat a little bit about relationships as it pertains to women or men being either assets or liabilities.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so before we get too deep, y'all, what we think? Are we assets? I know I'm an asset. Don't play with me.
Yeah, I'm a long-term asset right now. Anybody
No,
doing it with me? Yes, asset.
yeah, of course. I don't know, I think a lot of women feel like they're assets. So yeah, I'm an asset.
Yes, I mean, even if they're not assets, I would dare say they probably still would feel that way. That's kind of like, all women say they're a 10 when they might be like a 6.5 or whatever. You
Average
know
miss.
how that go. All right, so let's check in, see who all we got in the chat before we get started.
Yes.
Hey, so tonight, so far, we have Mama Bear Moments.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Welcome to
Girl.
My Unsolicited Opinion podcast, where we solicit all opinions in our chat, guys, and we're looking forward to your feedback on today's topic. Welcome, Mama Bear. We have also the common sense expert. So
He
far, he's
already
been
starting.
following with
See,
us. We're so excited that you are here tonight.
he is already starting.
LVP, he says, good afternoon, ladies. Yes, welcome,
Hi.
LVP,
Afternoon.
to the chat. Look who we got, y'all. Look who we got in this thing. It's
Yelly.
the lead attorney. He says, salute, ladies. Welcome, lead attorney, to My Unsolicited Opinion podcast. We got a good one for y'all tonight. We have a good one. I hope the
Yeah.
fellas, we hope y'all like it. Ladies, we hope y'all feeling us. Y'all get active in that chat. Thanks to y'all. Get active. Y'all let us know your opinions on
Trying to get
everything we're
active.
talking about tonight.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, so ladies, I got a couple of clips. I'm pretty sure you've already, seen videos on this, or you may even have seen these clips. But I thought we could like get these clips, break them down. Just to give a brief summary, it is Club Shay Shay. That's Shannon Sharpe. He is an ex NFL player. And he is talking with Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, and they're talking about everything, from relationships to football to just life in general and everything like that. But I thought they had a couple of clips that I thought was really, really interesting when it comes to their views on women and marriage. And so I'm going to pull up the first one. What we'll do is we'll play a little bit, we'll stop it at some key points, we'll give a little opinion, we'll solicit some opinions from the chat, tell us what you think, and then we'll keep it moving. Okay, and then at the end, after I get these clips over with, we'll drop the link. You guys come up and give us your opinion, face to face. Just hit the link. Only thing you gotta do is cam up. All right, all right. So this first one we have, it is of Shannon Sharpe, and basically Ocho is asking him like, you know, why aren't you married? So let me see.
What your views on marriage? What do you think?
All right, so put a one in the chat if y'all were able to hear that before we get started. If you were able to hear that sound, I'll play a little bit again. But go ahead and put a one in the chat so we can keep going.
What your views on marriage? What do you think?
All right, I see we got some ones. Okay, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'll keep it moving.
I would have loved to have gotten married earlier in my career, but my career was the most important thing. So I was no good. I was a terrible father. I probably was a terrible brother, a terrible son. I definitely was a terrible boyfriend because football was the most important thing.
Right.
I was consumed with that. And I was consumed with that because I wanted to get my grandmother and my family out of the conditions that I
they
grew
were
up
in.
in. And I said, if I had kids, I didn't want them to spend 1 hour, let alone a year like I spent. So I focused on that. That was the only thing that mattered.
Right.
And I had a lot of women say they could be okay with being with number two to football. But when it came right down to it and they see how devout I was in it, they couldn't be.
Couldn't, right.
And I said, okay. But now I started to realize as I gotten older in my life, everything that I've accumulated doesn't mean anything if I don't have anybody to share it with. And it took me spending time alone to realize that, yes, Shannon, you're great at what you do. You're in the Hall of Fame. You accomplished a lot. But at the end of the day, who do you share it with?
All right, ladies.
And Allen
all
said
right.
he could share it with her.
I'll shoot my shot. I told you, make sure you tag Shannon, because you know I'm extending my age range at this point in life.
Tag. All right.
Hey,
So what do you guys
Shannon.
think about this first part here where he talks about, just kind of reflecting on just where he is in life as far as when it comes to relationships? What do you guys think about that? Go ahead, NAllen, because I know you want to speak.
Well, I just think that everybody comes to a certain point. I guess, he said he about to be 55. And, at least he could, realize early on in his career that he couldn't devote as much time to a relationship as sometimes it will require. But, he's still looking good. At least he keeping himself up, up to par. A young lady like me,
So I think he said he's like 55. So he does look good for a 55-year-old man. Definitely look good. What about you, Joy? What you think about his reflection on his life?
Well, I think we all come to crossroads, at different points in our lives and realize what you could have done differently. And, all of the woulda, coulda, shouldas. But, he referenced something that I think is very, very important to kind of hone in on. I took a little bit of some notes here. And he talked about, women agreeing to come in second to football. I think that he's on like a very far end of the pendulum because, he's making millions of dollars. If he doesn't show up, every Sunday and catch the balls like he's supposed to, that money goes away very, very quickly. Right. And as it relates to like our regular real lives, honey, if you don't want a busy man, you must want a broke man. So I don't know. I don't know, the type of women that he was selecting along the way. I know he does have children, but I don't know if they, had their own independent careers or if they were, more like, give me my allowance so I can go shopping. But yeah, he has all the money in the world now. And he's absolutely right. Like, what can you do? Who can you share it with? But I'm sure he could find somebody.
Well, he said it, right? He said he was a terrible brother, a terrible father, a terrible boyfriend at the time. And I'm pretty sure, those women probably were able to, with all of his benefits and all of his provisions he was able to provide, I'm pretty sure they were like, okay, yes, I understand football is your career. And it means that much to you. It's putting the bread on the table, so to speak. And so, okay, I'll be second to that. But like you said, he was a terrible boyfriend. Now I know he said because he was focused on his career, and I don't know if they had Facebook and Instagram and all the social medias out there where he was, but I know they had paparazzi. But he may not have been the best boyfriend that he could be, given the fact that he was focused on football, which is understandable to me, right? You kind of know what you get when you're dealing with someone famous, whether it's a sports star, maybe it's a movie star or whatever. But let's get back into it because he talked he did a little bit more. He kind of went into it a little bit. So let me pull it back up and let's get through it.
And this is the problem. How do you find the right person to share it with when it's still going to be what you have on the table?
Right.
Because this is you. Are they dealing with you for you or what you have to offer? And how you figure that one out? That's the hard part. Even at
well,
this.
I guess I'm going to have to find somebody that has something. And I tell people, look, I want someone to bring something to the picnic besides your appetite. I don't care if it's fork. I don't care if it's napkins.
Right.
I don't care if it's the mashed potatoes with raisins on top. But bring something to the picnic.
Right.
And so we can work from that.
Right.
I don't care if you have kids. I will graciously accept the kids.
Right.
Your family becomes my family.
Yeah.
Because like I would do for my family, if you come to me and say, hey, my mom and dad are having trouble.
Right.
Okay, your mom and dad ain't got no trouble.
Right.
Once you with me,
right.
Your family ain't got your mom and dad ain't got no trouble.
Right.
Your kids ain't got well, they're our kids.
Right.
Your kids, they're our kids.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
I like that. So we have the same mindset. Once that union, everything is united, is one
us.
umbrella.
It's us.
All problems. Okay, I like that.
All right. So he said a lot there. Okay, ladies. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it to you first this time, Joy. What do you think about, basically what he said as far as like what he's looking for from a woman or what she needs to be?
Well, what I heard was a man that was secure financially, not worried about what his friends gonna say he looks like. He, you taking care of her family, nothing like that. He was like, no, this is me. This is how I roll. And I think a lot more men would be accepting of things, that come along with a woman if they were more secure in their finances and the ability to spread the wealth around a little bit.
Listen, there's a lot of talk out there, especially when it comes when it's surrounding single mothers, and the rhetoric of stay away from single mothers, that whole thing, right? But he's saying, listen, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Not only am I okay with that, but that child is our child, right? Meaning like I am all in. To me, it sounds like I'm going to love this child as if it was my own. I call those Joseph traits, Mary and Joseph, if y'all into the Bible, as a Christian, but those are them Joseph traits where you're able to love a child that is not necessarily their own. But what you think, NAllen? What you think before we move on?
I think that's something that comes with age. I wonder if we asked him that same question in his 20s or when he was in the peak of his career, if that's something he would have, considered, because he said he was a bad boyfriend, bad brother, bad son, when he was younger. So it's like, when you hear these, like you said, the rhetoric around, social media and all these other different panels and everything, it's like a man in his 20s at the peak of his career, is he really looking to settle down? So when they make comments about, the younger women, they're looking for them as older men. But when they're in the same age and they're their peers, they're all in college together, so because we know if they had to go to college, they play football. So, did they have those same ideas then? Or is that something that's just, he's 55 now? I mean, he still looks good. You still look good.
I think he definitely could still pull them, if they're 20. They may not be what he's looking for, clearly, but he could definitely, pull a 25-year-old. You don't think so?
Right. 35, 40. So, I just wonder about, if that mindset, if any of them would be mature enough. Can anybody be mature enough at a young age and with that amount of, celebrity and money to settle down with one person? So I just wonder about it.
Okay. Well, hold that thought. Let's get through it. Let's get through some more, and then we'll wrap it up in a little bit.
The part where you said at least bring something to the table, because I think that's an argument, something that we all have issues with as men. And I think some men that have money, men of wealth, really don't care about times when women have anything to offer, because it allows them so much more control when they don't have anything, because they have to rely on them.
I don't want
ego driven. Ego driven.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need nothing, I got you.
Right.
And then they able to get away with murder because they got to rely on him.
No, I want you to have your own independence. I don't ever want you to become dependent on me.
Right.
Something I just want you to know that if something were to happen to me, you're more than taken care of.
Right, you good.
The family is taken care of.
Right.
And so that's the thing, Chad, over the last couple of years, I've sat down and realized I need to find someone to love me like I love football. I need to find someone that loves me like I love Undisputed. Love me like I love doing what I'm doing here on Club Shay.
I like that.
All right. So basically, he's looking for someone to love him for him, and not necessarily the provisions that he can provide, because those seem almost like second nature to him. Like, that's gonna come, but I want you to love me for me, basically, like the way he loves football, the way he loves Undisputed, Club Shay, love him like that. So, NAllen, let me ask you a question. Do you think with his notoriety, his success, and everything that he has, do you think there's a woman out there that will love him for him and not what he can provide?
Yes, I do think it's the woman out there that
Yeah.
can love him for who he is. Okay, but um, it's not gonna be the stereotypical women that they think professional athletes get with. Um, it's probably gonna have to be somebody who's educated, somebody who has a little bit of their own. Something like they said to bring to the table. He said you don't have to, on the table. You don't have to do that, but you do have to bring something. And it's better when you do get with someone who has, something to lose, or who has worked for something, who's earned something. They can appreciate, a little bit more, your journey to get to where you are, because they also have had to work to get to a certain point. So I definitely think it's women out there. I don't think it's necessarily like, the chicks by the locker room, Joy.
Okay.
It's not those girls. I don't think it's them, because the woman he's looking for, she's probably at work somewhere. She's already working a job. She's in a career. She's already, been to college. She's had experiences. She may or may not have children already, because he already has kids. And at 55, I'm sure he doesn't want any more kids. He's getting ready for grandkids at this point. So
He just
I
had his
think
first grandchild.
okay. So I think it's a woman out there,
Okay.
but she just might not be, who he thinks she is, or who he was looking for once upon a time.
Right. So,
Yeah, I
Joy,
think.
what do you think? What do you think about what Chad said about men who want women dependent solely on them? What do you think about his thoughts in that whole thing?
That's what I've always said. I've never subscribed to this idea of, oh, this person gonna take care of me. Like that's a setup for, that's a okie doke. Like you got to be bow fool to fall for something like that. Like, and I mean, I've known regular guys, like not athletes or millionaires, that have intentionally set up that type of life because they knew they were going to be out in the street doing whatever it is that they wanted to do. And old girl was going to be mad for about 10 minutes and get behind in the kitchen and cook dinner. Where you going? Where you going, girl? Nowhere. Don't change them diapers. Like, stop,
And I think
so
one of the things that
he's
I think
absolutely right.
I think one of the things that he pointed out, he both of them kind of agreed on it. It's like an ego thing, right? For them, it's like, I want this dependency, so I mean that they can basically run and do. Not saying they're gonna run out in the streets or whatever, but they basically have the control over the whole relationship. And so that was interesting to hear someone who is in a position to have control over the whole entire relationship to say that they don't necessarily want to be in control in that type of way, or just either just put some critical eyes on that concept of it. So I'm gonna kick it over to the chat, and I'm gonna ask, I want to ask the chat, what do y'all feel about these comments? How do y'all feel? Is Ocho and Shannon, are they simping out here for women? Like, do they have to even simp? I mean, they're saying basically what they want. I guess what they think. I don't know if they're saying what they think women want to hear. I feel like they're saying exactly what they want. But I mean, of course, it sounds pleasing to the ears of women. So, I mean, are they being a simp, or they're just living in real life outside of some of these spaces that we find ourselves in on YouTube? So, what's the chat think?
The lead attorney says that's what Tim is looking for. Tim, he says, salute to the chat. Tim is the intentional millionaire that the lead attorney is referring to. He also says the lead attorney salute. And Mama Bear Moments, she says she was always taught that it does not matter if you make 45,000 and hubby makes 120. You need to live like you only have 45K, because hubby can always take it away. So it seems like Mama Bear Moments is along the same page. Like, you need to have something of your own. And if you don't, these men will try to control you. I told y'all, when I had the same boyfriend from 6th grade all the way up to like,
right.
He was a senior in college. He bought me a ring in like the 9th grade. Okay. My mom was like, no, give it back. I'm like, why? She's like, they try to control you. They think they own you. He was nice. He's a teacher's child. She knew him from when he was a kid, but she was like, no, they try to own you when they do stuff like that. Don't take those kind of gifts. But y'all know how I was pimping back in the 9th grade.
But did you give it back though?
I had to. My mama didn't play.
Oh, I thought you might
He
like
did not
tuck it
play,
away
and my
somewhere.
daddy didn't either. My dad was like, he thought it was funny. She was not playing. Like, no, you give it back. So that's how that went. The lead attorney says it's total cap. He definitely wants control. You think so? He sounded real sweet to me. He got me.
Look, that's how they say they get over on us, right? They sound sweet to us, and then we jump on a program, and then all of a sudden the program switch.
Okay, they moved the goalpost. Yeah, I said it.
Right?
Randy, welcome to the
Randy.
chat, Randy. She says hello. The lead attorney says salute, Randy. The common sense expert says it's their reality. Whose reality? The women or the men?
I'm thinking he's saying it's Shannon and Ocho's. That's the reality that they live in, right?
Okay. Well, they don't need women that you think they capping there. He think they capping.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I've met quite a few men, not necessarily dating them, just friends and peers and colleagues, classmates, whatever, who I think are what I would call like reasonable men who don't necessarily, who make, we can talk about their careers, but they have careers, right? And they make enough money to support themselves. And they really, I think they align with what Shannon was saying there, right? So I don't think it's uncommon. It's where I get to like these spaces, right? And where I'm hearing like some stuff like I've never heard before, but then I'm looking at, friends in real life and I'm like, well, he doesn't really talk like that. And looks like they're doing some opposite things. So I don't know whose reality it is. But I don't know if I've seen that in real life before. I don't know.
I think it is a difference between the reality, real life, and social media. The way the men move around. I'm gonna just say that I agree with that. All right, LVP, he agrees with Mama Bear. Randy, she's here. She's speaking to everyone else in the chat. David says lies. David, we want you to come up, David. So stay around. We're gonna drop the link, David. You're gonna get a chance to, support what you're saying. He think it's all lies. I want to believe Shannon. I'm still hopeful. Keep hope alive. The lead attorney says Shay and Derek Jackson stay fooling y'all. What? Don't say that about him. He's no Derek Jackson, okay? We know Derek Jackson guys.
But what would be the purpose of Shannon trying to like finesse? Like he wouldn't have to, right? He could just be straight up and down, with what he wants, right? And still get, like I said, I feel like he could still pull a 25-year-old or a co-ed or whatever, or a 35, 40. I don't think he has a problem. I don't think his funnel of women is an issue. It's the filter probably, right? As far as like what he actually wants compared to what's coming in, right? You got to do a little bit of filtering to get exactly what you want. But I feel like he can get a lot of women out here. So I don't know what the point with him being for him to lie for, to make more and more women come. He doesn't have to, right?
Because they already flooding, like I don't understand. Anyway, what do you got to lie for, Craig? Mama Bear Mama says proximity to power will never be the same as actually having it. It is harder to earn over 6 figures, but no one can hold it over your head if you made it. I think she has a point there. And again, clearly as these men age, their standards change. Do y'all think their standards change as they age?
Oh, definitely.
I don't think so. I think what happens with athletes is that they transition from like something they've been emotionally attached to since they were 5 years old. And when that is gone away, you're dealing with a whole nother set of psychological issues. Like that could be ripped away, as we saw a few weeks ago, in a heartbeat. Literally, right? Anything can happen. And the type of woman that you fooling around with when you at the top of your game versus when you on the backside of your career, those are two totally different types of women.
Sure is.
Because that woman that was willing to spend up all your money and drive around in G-Wagons and red bottoms is probably not going to be the same type of personality and have the same type of patience that's going to be required when you really honestly, as a going out of your career, almost ex-professional athlete, you don't know what you about to do. You know, your money probably is drying up. You probably snapping at everybody because you spend up all your money. You like, no, I need one more contract. Like, I watch a lot of these podcasts, and that's what these guys talk about all the time. They are very different people, and it's not even an age. I think it has everything to do with their ability to make the money that they once had, and that feeling of being the star of the family or the star of their friend circle. Because I mean, you only as good as the last ball you caught. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
That's interesting, Joy. I think I find some. I think I find some truth in what you said there, right? Like the athletes transitioning, into not being like an athlete or something like that, and just how to deal with that. I watched who's podcast? I watched Shannon on T.O.'s podcast that he had, and we all, Terrell Owens and his transition out of the league and stuff like that. And I think that's real for a lot of athletes coming to grips with what are they going to do after that. So you might be onto something, girl. You might be onto something. What are they? So I see the chat like
it's going up. The lead attorney says it's definitely uncommon. Those friends don't have Shay money with Shay's history. Shay is also 55. Like, y'all talk about the women in the wall.
But when I say those, yeah, you're right. So most of those friends don't have Shay's money, but they are what women are considering high value, right? And they don't have issues with a funnel either. It's the filter, right? It's how you filter out the type of women. But that's like I said, they don't necessarily subscribe, and I don't know them behind closed doors. And the ones that I've dated, like clearly that wasn't what they subscribe to. But what I'm saying is no, they're not millionaires or nothing like that, but they they're good 200 300,000aires, right? And they can attest to whatever it is that they feel. I just don't that's what I'm saying. It's your reality, right? And I think that was what Common Sense Expert was saying, is like people live in their own realities. They react and do things based on what their experience and what their life is. So okay.
My sexy is strong. She says, "Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
Good evening." The Intentional Millionaire says, "Hola to Randy." David Carmina, we always want the smoke.
All right, y'all. So I don't know. I wanted to play this other clip, but I feel like I'm about to drop.
Come on, go play it. We got one more before that come up, and y'all let us know. Like, if y'all think he capping, put one in the chat. If you think Shannon just talking a lot of mess because he on TV and he think that's what we want to hear, put one in the chat. If you think he's serious, put two. Put two in the chat if y'all think he's serious. He's looking for a decent woman who has a little bit of her own to bring to the table. But that's gonna love him like he loves football. He never said he was gonna love her like that. That's what we didn't hear. But the woman that can love him the way that he loved football. Put a one in the chat if you don't believe him. Put two in the chat if you do.
Yeah. Okay. So I got this next clip, and this one is of Ocho Cinco, and this is a reaction he had to his now fiance. They're not married yet, right? Joy, fiance, about something she said to him that I know will make a lot of men kind of like cringe. But let's see how he kind of reacted to it.
For it, man, this is me. Honestly, the one thing that kind of scared me that she said was when we met was, listen, I don't even need you.
Ooh!
I actually want you. And based on what she had going on in life, she was in a position of power to say stuff like that.
Has a woman ever told you that before?
No. That's scary.
It hit different, didn't it?
Yeah, it hit different. I didn't like it.
Okay. You didn't like it?
No. I'm just, I didn't like it, but I've never heard that before. And the fact to have someone in a position of power in their own right.
And you know she didn't really need you.
At all. Not at all. And that was scary. So what you want me for? What you want me for? And then she broke down why, and that's a whole nother story. But That was nice.
I don't need you.
That was
I
I don't need you. I mean, with the ugly face too.
Yeah.
Look me up and down, cause I ain't.
I like what you said. You said you found someone as an asset. Because it's only two things you can be. You can be an asset or you can be a bill. Now, which one are you?
One a lesson or a blessing.
All right. So y'all heard it right there. He says that his fiance told him with the ugly face too. I could probably already imagine what that face looked like. But she basically told him, "I don't need you," and that made him feel some type of way in the beginning. But after she broke it down to him, what she was, trying to say, he was kind of like, I don't want to say he got on her program, but he kind of understood. He understood, and he understood what she was trying to say, or what message she was conveying, and that like changed him. That like made I guess that attracted him. What y'all think about his fiance saying she does not need him? What do you think she was trying to say?
Now, I think that when we start talking about these male-female power dynamics, let's be really clear. She slid into his DM. Okay.
She pursued him.
And we know just universally, Chad is not going to be spending a whole bunch of money on a woman, right? So I think he said their first date was at McDonald's. And he took her to Dave and Buster's to see how athletic she was.
Check out her ankles.
And so I mean, he's a different type of guy already, but no, she did have a lot going on. She had a military background, she had 3 kids, and she is deep into real estate. She has a couple of locations, I think Tampa, Miami, and then one in Charlotte. So
David,
she got it going on for sure. She didn't need his money at all.
I think it's interesting. He's like, he didn't like it at first, but I think I always wonder, like, why would and it makes me believe that it's a control situation, because why would a man have an issue with a woman that just wants him? Like, why is that a problem? Like, I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you to take care of, any of this. I just want to be with you. Why is that a problem? And I think really what he didn't say was he was scared of it. Like, he didn't know what to do. Or it's like, are you raised in such a way where you have to be dominating over somebody to, feel secure in your position with them? It's hard to believe that a woman would just like want to be with you. Like, why is that so hard? And I also saw Tim put it here, like, does he want us colored women? It's somebody that does. Like, I mean, somebody wants us. Do we think he wants to color women? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's about, everybody has their own personal preference. So if that's what you prefer, the smooth cats, or if you prefer something different,
right.
We can't be mad at anybody about their own preferences. If you don't want me, then that's his loss.
Agreed.
So here's my thing. So I think that a lot of times men kind of go left, or they don't understand the logic in someone wanting you for you. I think Shannon said it in the beginning, I want you for me. Like, I don't want you because I can, pay all the bills and all of that, right? I want you to want me for me. And then when women say no, like, you're right. Not only do you not have to necessarily pay my bills like that, or I don't have to be dependent on you financially or for your utility or for your provisions, but I just want you. I like you. I like who you are. And I think when you get past that whole, what he can financially do for you, and you get deeper into it, I think sometimes it throws men off a little bit. Right. And so, like he said in the beginning, he was scared. He's like, I didn't like that. I was like, he said he didn't like it. Like, what you mean you don't need me? Like, they need me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like the rest of his baby mothers need him. But this woman is saying, I don't need you. I want you. Right. I think that's one of the things. But here's the thing. These men, like, it's a lot of men, especially like divorced men, that, they wifed up the woman that needed them, right? But then they start to complain when that woman when that woman take him to court, and then they complain when that alimony hit them or that child support hit them. But you married the woman that needed you, and then you're mad because she still needs you. I don't get it sometimes, right? We're saying marry a woman who doesn't necessarily need you financially, right? So that you're not pulled through the ringer when when stuff don't work out. I just don't get it. It just baffles my mind how like the logic that they claim they have. So I don't know. We can, I know it's time. I'm going to drop the link, right? But what y'all think about that? Like women, like men complaining about women not needing them, or them getting with women that need them, but when things go left, they complain about what happens.
Is she being a boss chick?
She was being a boss chick, girl.
Is that what that is? Is that what they calling it now?
She was being modern.
Okay.
But, I mean, what is being modern though? Like, 1 minute the modern chick is some ratchet ghetto baby mama, right? And then the next minute is the overqualified, overeducated. It's like, which one is she? Or is she just our complexion? Is that what it is? Because it's like she brings nothing to the table over on this side. On this side, she thinks she is the table. It's like, which one is it? Like, who is she? Who is the modern woman? Like, seriously. And when you think about it, like, I want to go back to the preferences. Chad isn't necessarily saying like, he wants a smooth cat. His preference is athletic, because he will say all the time, he looks at the ankles. He going out to David Buster's on his first dates. He want to see like, what your agility look like. Can you, cross somebody over or something? I don't know. He's into athletic women. That's his type. So it's not necessarily a smooth cat unless she got some good ankles. Because Chad never been injured in his career. He'll tell you that too.
That's what he said.
But he does not eat healthy. He does not eat rabbit food. He want to make sure that, can you run a little bit? What sports you played in high school? That's what he's asking. So, everybody.
He was going with Evelyn.
Yes. That was
Evelyn, baby. She go wherever the dollars at. Y'all remember she was with Antoine Walker and burned through all his money, and then she went and found another one, and that didn't work out at all. But he, that ain't his type. It was weird seeing them together.
They were married too, right? Or were they just engaged?
I guess you could call it that. It only lasted for like 90 days, maybe.
Okay.
But did they have children together?
Huh?
Did they have? Okay, no. Okay. What they saying? What they saying? Y'all want me to go ahead and just drop the link? Let me just go ahead.
Might as well. We got our boy Doug in the chat. He says, "Let's go. Like the video and subscribe to the channel." Y'all hear Doug? Y'all to see what he's telling you. Telling y'all to like this video. Let's bring us up to 100% engagement. How many people we got in this chat? Y'all better hit the like button. Thank you, Doug, for coming through. He says, Mama Bear Mom, it's good to see you in here. She gives him a little smile. The lead attorney says he loves when the women pursues him, baby. Okay. He but that's not aggressive. That's not masculine.
A little masculine.
Is it? It depends on where it's coming from, right? I know.
Smooth cat to them DM.
Smooth cat sliding to your DM. She's not aggressive, but come on, y'all. Y'all got to cut these modern women, because I'm still confused about who's modern. Is it the ghetto baby mama, or is it, these PhDs? Like, which one is it? But anyway,
you, my dear, you are modern.
Well, let's redefine what the modern woman is. Let's redefine it.
Ty, she's modern.
You modern? How are we modern though? Because I don't know what modern is. Terrell Key. He says he finally made it on time. About time, Terrell. We was like on our 5th episode. We're on our 5th episode, right, guys? We've been keep sticking to the schedule, y'all. Y'all need to give us a round of applause.
Okay.
Put a fire emoji in the chat, put a heart in the chat, put something in the chat, because we've been keeping that schedule. We are on time Wednesdays and Saturdays.
No matter what.
David says this is untrue. I don't even remember what was untrue. What's untrue, David? You gonna have to hit that link. This is round 3. I saw you said it early. Round 3.
Everything we said.
Yes. Terrell said, "What's up, y'all?" David says she has a shop 2 miles from my office. Oh, So you know the future misses.
David, did you ever try to shoot your shot or no?
Or were you passing up on a good high value woman? Now she with Ocho
Did you miss that
Cinco.
shot?
That was your chance, David. I'm just saying. Doug says, Terrell Key, good to have you here. Thanks for supporting these lovely ladies. He already know what time it is. Terrell holding us
Definitely.
down. Let's see what the lead attorney talking about. He said it's a problem in NAllen because women's wants change every 24 hours. Guess what? Men's do too. These men don't know what they want. Shannon Sharpe out here talking about he wants a woman now that brings something to the table. Ocho Cinco on here, okay with a woman. He wasn't okay with it in the beginning. Somebody like, I don't need you. He said, I ain't like it. Guess what? He's engaged to this woman. And if you watch the rest of that show, he sound like he in love, baby. Okay, anyway, lead attorney. You hit the link tonight if you want
to. They capping though. They capping.
These standards seem like they relax, don't I think these men hitting the wall. Oh, I said it. Ooh. My sex is strong. Speaking to Doug, the common sense expert, he says, ladies, if a man took you to McDonald's on the first day, would you be there for a second? See, that's what y'all don't understand. It's like we already know the game you playing. Exactly. I will go on the first day with you if I like you to McDonald's.
That's it.
If I want to turn you off and turn you away because I don't like you, I'll be like, McDonald's. But if you somebody I'm vibing with, I'd be like, can I get a 6-piece nugget Happy Meal?
Okay.
And
a no matter how you present yourself.
Yes.
I know.
So
his personality, his personality is what won everybody over. Like when he was even wearing a helmet, like he had spent a dime like to make me want to watch the Bengals, and I hated their colors. Like I look forward to seeing him, the showman. Like who wouldn't want to be around that energy? Now, all men can't razzle dazzle with their personality like that. So they're going to have to come up off some cash. They face card don't do what it's supposed to do all the time. Chad got the great. He got that great personality. He whole package. So yes, we can go to McDonald's. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was going to say. She like you said, she slid into his DMs, and everybody know who Chad Ocho Cinco is, right? Like we know who that is. So, I mean, was it hard for her to go to McDonald's? But listen, the lady's from Phoenix City, Alabama. That's right outside of Fort Benning. If you know anything about Phoenix City, Alabama, or Columbus, Georgia, I'm pretty sure she was not above going to McDonald's for whatever, for a date, whether it was Chad. Or well, I ain't about to go all the way down to what's his name, but I'm pretty sure if it was someone she was interested in, someone McDonald's was fine. Like it's Ocho Cinco.
She knew what it was. She knew
what the game was.
I think at McDonald's, she already knew he was Ocho Cinco. It was like, this is a game. This is a test.
Exactly. I think at this point, we all know that this is a test. And if you like this person, you're going to pass the test with flying colors. Just order your fries, girl, order your nuggets, and keep it moving. That's if you like them. But if we don't like them, just like NAllen said, like, yeah, no, I'm good.
But don't have her out in the park sweating out that lace front now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm good on McDonald's. Find something else to do with your time. It's just go ahead and drop me back off. I'm good on McDonald's.
Yeah, so that was no question about what she was gonna do, because she know Chad got it. He already had it. She liked him. She knew he was testing her. These men, y'all not as slick as y'all think y'all are. I'm just telling you.
Girl, that saying I'm gonna take her to Starbucks and we'll do a
coffee date.
Right, a coffee. Like if I like you, I'm gonna do whatever you want to do. Right? It's like, okay, let's go. I'll eat your little mayonnaise sandwich next to the lake. You know what I mean? I'll eat it. Right? Your little wish sandwich. We wish we had a little bit of meat in here or something like that. I'll eat it because I like you. If I don't like you, I will tell you, leave me alone. We're not going anywhere.
We can act real bad. We know how to act. I keep telling you
how to act.
Oh, we have a guest in the back.
Oh, here it comes. Dum.
Welcome back. The David Faustino Show. What's up, David?
Round 3.
Yes.
Here you go. Fight.
How you ladies doing?
We're
Excellent.
good. We're good. How you doing, Davey? I see you in the office late night.
As usual.
You ain't got no
Hard
time.
working
All the
man out here.
hourglasses are turned over. Can you
Are you
hear
here,
us?
David? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Oh,
got it.
okay. We got you.
Okay.
We got you.
All right.
So,
Hold on.
David,
I'm getting
tell
an
us what
echo.
you.
Give me a second, okay? I'm getting an echo.
All right,
Is that better?
that's
We
better.
didn't hear echo.
Okay.
We didn't
Awesome.
hear echo. Tell us what you
No,
think
I know
about.
the sister. I'm sorry.
I know I was saying. Tell us what you think about Chad and Shannon's conversation there. Give us your point of view.
Well, first, she is a successful person, a successful broker. I saw the Allure Group start from. I was actually starting my brokerage right around the same time, but she didn't get popular until the show came on. And salute to her.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to her. We are in the South Tampa market. So every Wednesday we look at $1 million houses, and so to become familiar with the market. And so I would see her group, mainly her group of ladies, go to the homes, and they was doing some test filming for the show,
Mm-hmm.
and they became super popular. Salute to her, salute to her. And I guess
Yeah.
from the Tampa market, I think Tampa was first. One of my agents know her personally, and I think Tampa was first, and she was able to sprout out from there. So again, salute to her.
Yeah, no, I caught a couple of the first couple of episodes of was it Selling Tampa? It was on Netflix, and I know they
Yeah.
caught a lot of heat in the beginning because I believe they were like an all black female cast versus the other selling other shows in that franchise, and so I caught a couple in the beginning. I don't know what it's doing now. I don't know if it's even still on Netflix or not, but I know she got a lot of attention from that show. So.
All
Yeah.
black, all fine. I mean, these ladies
Yeah, they were
were,
definitely beautiful women.
yeah,
Definitely
these
good-looking,
ladies
beautiful women.
were minimum 9, or you couldn't even be part of the brokerage. I mean, yeah,
Right.
salute again,
Right.
salute to them.
Yes. And so she has like a military background. I believe she was a non-commissioned officer in the military. I don't know what rank, so don't ask me, but she was there for a while. I believe she was having some issues with her mom or something like that as well. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to recall some of the things I remember from her about the show. But she was very fit. She's a beautiful lady, very fit. So I can see why Chad was attracted to her. And I believe she's in her 40s, isn't she?
No, she in her 30s.
30s. Okay, late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dave,
Yeah,
I have a
okay.
question. How would you feel about, a woman saying something to you like similar to what she told Chad? She didn't need him. She slid it to his DMs. How would you feel about a woman kind of taking initiative and pursuing you in that way?
Well, you want women to. Well, first, if a woman pursues you and is correct, I'm not talking about aggressive over pursue, but giving solid choosing signals. Because in today's time, you have to have that, because you can get canceled or miscommunication, and all of a sudden you're in trouble as a male, and it's especially if you have something to lose, So you want to make sure that the choosing signal by the lady is clear. That, hey, listen, come on over, let's kick it, and let's see if there's some chemistry. But so that's fine. The over aggressive women, I think, is maybe a kind of a turnout to most men. But you want a
What's an
woman to be
over-aggressive
independent.
woman?
You want a woman to have her own stuff. That's a positive. That's a positive, as long as she's able to turn off that masculine energy when you get home.
Well, what's an over-aggressive woman to you, David?
So I was in the Philippines, and this was in the
Oh
military.
no, not with it.
I'm gonna tell you the Philippine story. You
Not a
asked for it. You
passport,
asked
though.
for it.
Go
No,
ahead,
but
go ahead.
that would be a situation where it's exactly overseas is exactly opposite of how it is now. The women are like men. They're aggressive like men. They come up straight up to you. Hey, you look great. I'm single. Let's go have a drink. And that's the mild version of it.
But I thought the men like that. That's why they're going over there, right? They're going overseas. They're going, Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, wherever else the passport.
Well,
Everywhere, but
they're going to
Africa,
have
I haven't
to
seen
find
that.
traditional women. I think that they're going there to find a woman that know how to cook and clean and know how to be submissive.
But you just
I mean,
said
if
Look
we
at that.
got
Look at that.
money,
Look
we
at that
can pay
look.
somebody
Look
to
at
cook
that
and
look.
clean.
But you
Discussed
just
it
said they're
already,
over
Joy. But go
aggressive,
know how to
though.
cook and clean, know how to be submissive to their man, know how to be on the things I said before, to be on his playbook, to be on his page.
But you just said they were over aggressive.
I said that they can be over aggressive,
Oh.
absolutely. But I think that again, are we talking about here or the Philippines? Which one are we talking about?
Well,
Ty?
we were talking about you said I asked you what was over aggressive, and you said like the women in the Philippines when you were down there, they would come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm single. Let's go out. Let's
Right.
do our thing." And you said that was I guess a turn off for you, right?
It can be a turn off. For me, I don't have a problem with women approaching me. I have no problem with that. I think that for some men, it may be a turn on, a turn off. I know a lot of people that was in the military with me. They loved going to the PI. They loved going to the Philippines. They loved going over there. But again, it's all depends on the man.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, David. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to hijack this, and I'm not even about to ask him all these questions. But you said, the men that were in the Philippines with you and everything like that. I know, like, there's a common, like, being in the military. There's this common when we see. It's a common, I guess, thought process when we see like men going over to like Thailand and Philippines. There's this kind of like a stigma, right? Like they're going to pay for whatever it is that they want because their money goes further down there, right? So they can live like Diddy lives here, right? Like they hate Diddy here because Diddy doing too much. But when they go to Thailand and Philippines, they are Diddy, right? Because that 30, 35, 40,000 goes a long way. Did you hear that while you were in the military? Was that a thing when you were
Well,
I'm not sure what years you were in, but
I'm old. There were no passport bros, back then. You're right though. The money goes further, much further, than the American money, and you have the exchange rate and all those technical things. But then also the goods and services are a lot cheaper because the hourly wage is so much lower than in the United States. So there's a lot of things that systemically goes into why it is cheaper overseas than it is in the United States.
Okay. That's why the men like going over there and finding their wives.
Well,
I won't make this a passport thing. That's
again,
a whole other show.
you're conflating, Ty. You conflate. I'm not gonna let you get away with it tonight. Okay. You conflated cost of living with finding women, and I'm gonna call you on it. I'm calling you on it tonight. You ain't getting away with it. No, cost of living is there. The women are much more traditional. Like I said, they stay in shape. They're beautiful. They're submissive. It is like the women should be in the States. That's how y'all should be.
Are they not like that here?
Say again.
Are they not like that here?
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. NAllen. Look, I met some ladies. I'm 6 foot 185, 190. I met a lady today that was half my size and double my weight almost. Come on now.
I mean, I don't see these women all the time.
Hold on now, because I've been to the Philippines.
I'm talking states.
Oh, but I'm just saying, though, they got them same type of women there. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Rio de Janeiro. I've been to these places, and like these women come in all colors and sizes and shapes, and I mean long backs and wide hip like that. They come there. You can find them anywhere.
Do you think y'all just
done with that? In general, I think that the especially overseas, my personal observation, is that the women there take care of themselves mainly it's because of their diet. Let's face it, there's not a whole lot of Western diets over there. And so they also would go to the beach more and be outside more, that type of thing. So women typically are in better shape on average than the women in the United States.
I ran into a passport bro in the Philippines one time. I'll save that story for another day.
Ty,
but
what you doing in the Philippines?
Ty, tell it.
Ty, what are you doing in the Philippines, Ty?
Ty's in the
You know,
military
I'm
too.
in the military though, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
okay,
What do
that's
they
your
So
call a
story.
I've been
passport
in
That's your
window?
story,
Manila.
Ty.
That's a
There's
different.
such
That's
a
a
thing
different
as
story for
passport
another
sisters.
day. That's a
I
different
thought I
Another
saw
story.
you
time.
over
I
there, Ty.
ran
I thought I saw
into.
you over there in Subic Bay.
Mm.
Listen, I ran into a passport bro in the Philippines, black man. He was an attractive guy, but when he saw me, baby, it was a it was like a deer in the headlights. Like, what are you doing here? And I was just like, hi. But I had to go into the details of that story another day. But he definitely was shook like a halfway crook. I'll tell you that much. Seeing another black woman in the Philippines while
Yeah.
he's doing whatever it is that he does.
You
And
ever
I
been
will
to
tell
Diego
you this.
Garcia?
Hmm?
You been to Diego Garcia before?
No, I was in I was actually in Manila.
Okay.
And I was in the city. So it was I can't remember. This is maybe a couple of years ago, but it was a couple of places that, you know, outside of that, the beaches and stuff like that. But I can't even think of names. But Manila was like really where I was. But ran into a passport, bro. And
Was he
yeah,
ducking Ty?
he was about to give up that passport though. But but carry on. We won't make this a passport bro thing. Um, so who we
So
got? So David,
yeah.
we appreciate you coming up. We really want you to come back, but we got a couple more people in the back here. We want to get their thoughts on Shannon and Ocho Cinco,
No smoke
and how they
tonight,
feel about
David.
it. You
Yeah,
want
no
to say
smoke tonight. I told you I always come in peace. You know, sometime
Is
I leave
us?
with you guys in pieces, but tonight I come in peace for you guys.
Thank you,
Love the show,
David.
love the topic. Keep doing your thing.
Thank
thanks,
you.
David.
We're gonna hit up
All
this
right, who we
chat.
got next in Allen?
We got Mama Bear Moments in the back.
Hey, Mama
Yes.
Bear.
Before we go to Mama Bear Moments, I want to shout out Friendsgiving, who's in the chat. She
Hey,
says,
Prince
"Hey, ladies, what's
Given.
up?" Doug is always hitting us with the stats. Doug says
What
women
you
are
say?
more likely to marry a man they initiate contact with. That they initiate
Mm.
because we already know we want you, so that makes sense to me,
But
Dave.
what
I
is
mean, Doug.
initiating contact? Because you know what I say. I just make myself
D-
available and I give you the eye. That's
What you
initiating
do it, Ty?
contact to me.
You
You
gotta
right,
do it
Doug.
every
You
show,
are
Ty. Do it. Do it, Ty.
the
Do
eye.
it.
Hold
Look in the
on, I gotta
camera and
get.
do it for him.
Hold on, I gotta get my face together because I'm gonna laugh. Keep going, keep going. I'm not gonna be able to
All
have a straight face.
right. All right, Terrell, he says, Doug, you find these stats so fast. Doug is an expert. I saw Doug in somebody else's chat,
Doug
so
is
he
on
knows.
point.
He knows what he is talking about. All right, Mama Bear Moments. You were a hit in the last episode, just so you know.
Mama Bear.
Can you hear me?
They
Yeah.
Yes,
love you the
ma'am.
last
Yes, ma'am.
episode.
Well, I am glad. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, tell
No
us what you
problem.
think about Shannon and Chad.
So it's really interesting because I feel like um, men have created another issue that they want to blame women for. And it's this paradoxical situation where, um, like, I know you know who Donald Trump is, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So it's a situation where men want to marry women like Melania Trump, but they raise daughters like Ivanka Trump, right? So Melania Trump, she's a fashion designer. She owns her own brand, but she's very meek and she keeps to herself and she's very reserved. However, Ivanka Trump, she's very elegant, but she's a go-getter. She's a manager, like company CEO. She's very outspoken and she takes the lead in a lot of places and a lot of spaces, right? So, and it makes sense in a way because your wife is a reflection of you, but your daughter is an extension of you. So
Yes.
you want the child that's a go-getter and it's killing it out in these streets because it's like, yeah, that's my kid, right? But when these women they get into the dating market, they want the men want women that are not that way. So
Mhm.
it's like they come home, they're like, Dad, I can't find anyone, and
Yeah.
sometimes it creates friction between the mother, not the mother, the father and the daughter because you're expecting the daughter to act like your wife. And it's like, that's Frankenstein's monster that you created this
Yes.
person. So you resent your own creation. It's just really confusing to me, but it makes sense a little bit because I feel like the guys aren't being entirely honest too, because if there's any person that knows a man better, it's another man, right? And
Right.
I I have a black father, black mother, both of them are military, right? But I was surrounded by different cultures and mostly military people. And I've seen like people throw their wives and children out of the house, men like going and establishing other families without telling their wife, just a lot of stuff. But the woman that stayed home, she didn't have those resources to get out. She had to stay. And I feel like money gives men and women the ability to not have to suffer that stuff. Even if
Yeah.
it's like the average, it's like you can leave, you can make money moves, you can run away and not have to deal with that because life is too short. And
Right.
I mean, this kind of me, I don't know if I'm going to hit any nerves, but it's like, I also don't think that men should really have um, much of a say when it comes to a woman's worth, right? Because I don't think it's much of a secret, but I've had men tell me that a man will sleep with a woman that he loves, likes, and even women that he's not attracted to. So it's like on the spectrum, it's like you're willing to sacrifice, your money, your livelihood, risk STDs for a woman you're not even sexually attracted to. Like that doesn't
Exactly.
really seem
That's
like I
not
should be
smart.
putting much value in what you, not saying what you
Doesn't
think,
seem like a
but
lot of logic, huh?
right, because all the time he's like, I will never date a fat woman. I'm like, the lies you tell. I live in Texas. Like
They
they
sleeping with them
just,
all the time.
they just
Yes.
beautiful, having kids, getting married with them. And it's just really crazy to me because even like I don't know if he was joking, but he was like, who would want to date, you coloreds, right? But it's like my husband's white. So it's like I had all of these people tell me and media like, oh, black women, they're masculine. Black women, they're not attractive. Like even me, I'm 5'3", and the last time I weighed myself, I'm 105, right? Still didn't get any black men coming to me. Not for, even to this day, I'm married, but the only people that approach me are white and Asian. I never understood it, but it's not who you see, it's who sees you. And
Right.
sometimes the men that look like you may not see you. So I think that men's opinions are valid, but just like everybody else, we need to, be very careful
Mm-hmm.
about because they're like, oh, we tell you what. I don't think they're fully honest
Right.
They
sometimes.
lying.
Just like women,
This
just
thing,
like
cap,
women.
cap.
Like you, women are capping. So are y'all. Like you talk about black women are not gonna get married. Like put that, WAP on him, and he left his entire race.
Okay.
He said bye. He's like, yes, come over to the land of sweet potato pie. It's nice over here.
Yes.
Exactly.
I
So
think they are big
you brought up a good point, Mama Bear moments, when you said, men will sleep with, play around with women that they are not necessarily attracted to, or they're not necessarily like fit their shtick, right? Fit whatever the regimen is. But then like you mess around, I always say you can F around and find out. And now you can F around and find out real quick. And then all of a sudden she's pregnant, she's doing all this other stuff. And so I don't know who said it, but somebody said you can always tell a man like by his baby mamas, right? Like
rappers. Mm-hmm.
like the people,
Absolutely.
the women that they choose to plant their seed into, like to procreate with, something that they are telling women like us, like this is like the ultimate for us, right? This is our purpose. This is what we do. And we should hold that dear, but yet they will spray on any, like on, I won't say anything, on things that they say they would never, I guess, right. It's just such a contradiction. And I can understand how young women, out here trying to date and don't necessarily are just like a lost cause. And that's why I tell them, like, girl, like, do you, do you, because if you do you, they will come. Be who
Right.
you are, achieve your goals, do the things you want to do. Now, I'm not saying go run out in the streets and with every, like they used to say, Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm not saying that, right? But focus on who you are, do you, and it will come. It will
And
definitely come. It may not be a Shannon Sharpe. It may not be a Chad Ocho Cinco, right?
yeah.
But it could be, a Darren, or a
Is Kenneth one of
Hakeem.
them, or whoever they are?
Who?
Yeah.
Kenneth, or whoever
Kenneth.
the man that those
Oh, I
names
was
are.
like, but yes, a Kenneth, a Darren, a Josh, or whomever. It doesn't necessarily have to be Shannon and Ocho Cinco.
Yeah. I also, if I could say something else too to add to this conversation, but I had an opportunity through my job because I'm a federal employee, so we are able to connect with a lot of like CEOs and um, like um, people that are I wouldn't say distinguished, but they're high earners. And I asked them, I'm like, what's one of the things that sticks out to you as someone that you'd possibly want to do business with? And he said flat out, he's like, who are they married to? And he said, the woman that's on their arm says a lot about a man. And he said, in a very selfish way, it's like, if he shows up with a woman, right, because he only interacts with other CEOs, right? So if he shows up with a woman that can barely speak English, is quiet in the corner, not really interacting, not making eye contact with people. He said, in a way, he already knows that he's going to have trouble working with him because he's someone that doesn't like to be argued with. He can't be negotiated with, and that's why he picked
It makes
her.
sense.
But if he has someone that's, you don't have to be quote unquote on your level in the sense that you make the same amount of money, but it's like character and education and being able to navigate in your world and articulate your thoughts and not being afraid to. He said typically those are the people, they're used to negotiating and compromising, so they make better business partners. So yeah, it's like, honestly, like the passport bro stuff, just let them, like,
Yeah, oh yeah,
don't be
oh
discouraged. Like
yeah.
people like, oh, I'm going over there because the women over here are too masculine. I'm like, bye. Like,
Exactly.
like
Have
I
fun.
respect you to go over
Definitely.
there and find love if you're sincere about it, right? Because there are people that do want to go overseas and find love, and I don't want to discredit that. But if you're just looking for an easy person to just take advantage of, it's like you're gonna find out. Like, because once they get over to the United States, we talk. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to wash dishes every day, right? You don't have to have sex with him every day, right? You
They
don't
gonna
have
get
to do
mad. They
that.
don't want the
Oh,
women
oh,
exposed to. They
You
like
gonna
when they bring
thank
their women
him.
over here. They don't want to turn on
oh, they said
TV.
they're not bringing them back. They
Yeah,
staying over there with them. Okay, like,
yeah.
I don't
okay,
believe
that's
that shit. I'm
I.
sorry. I don't believe
Listen,
that.
I don't care what those
Tell
men
them,
do.
Mama
Let them
Bear.
live their lives. I want
Like
them to have
Yes.
fun. I want
like
them to find
I have a
everything.
little, I have a daughter too. So when I
Yeah.
hear all this stuff, I mean, a part of me is scared, but then another part of me is like, these are case studies. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
sit her down and be like, if he says this, like, run. If he acts
Yes.
like this, run.
And
Yeah,
stop
and
being
like
on
I
the
said,
internet. In the words of Ty, close the laptop down, shut the computer off. Because in real life, we know it's not like that. These men talk all
Exactly.
this mess on the internet, and in real life, you can't, like, oh, why you ain't coming back? What's going on? Where you been?
And it's
yeah,
really
You take it with a
weird
grain of salt.
because, like, and like I said before, like, I didn't just hang out with black people. I was surrounded by military people, so was surrounded by white moms, Latinas, like all different kinds. And a lot of people believe that black women are the cutthroat ones, but I feel like white women are like, it's almost scary. And I love them, but like when I remember a day I was like crying. I was like maybe 14 or 15. I was like, people are rejecting me. Like, why is it that I can't have a boyfriend like all of my other friends? And she's like, baby, let me give you some advice. She was like, first of all, because I was very thin, and I think black men, they liked thicker women, which is fine. He's like, you don't change your body for a man. You change your man. Clear. Like he's like,
Okay.
you do like what one man won't do for you, another man will. And sure enough,
Exactly.
like I found out later, she had like 3 marriages, 3 husbands, like because it's like
Interesting.
and it's scary because I mean I wouldn't want to just throw somebody away. I would like to work it out, but that's it's just
Yeah.
so funny to me. It's like, oh, white women are more submissive, Asian women are so submissive. You're like, you're gonna fuck around and get the dragon lady. You think
Okay.
you're
Okay.
getting
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
Exactly.
like, and that's
Yes.
another thing. It's like I feel like I hope I'm not. Well, if they're upset, let them be upset. But I feel like Black women, we have standards, right? Or we try to, have standards, right? But Black men don't like that Black women have standards. And I
Mm,
think that when it comes, especially Asian families, I think they have the highest standards. So they have no issue meeting the standards of other women, but they want Black women to compromise. And I'll tell you right now, like with I told my now husband, I was like, if you want to tap this maple tree, I need a ring.
mm.
And I got a
Not
promise
at
ring,
the maple
an
tree.
engagement ring, and a wedding band, and I didn't have to sleep with him. But you can't
Not get that syrup.
You
Yeah,
heard it.
I was like, you want to land a flag on this sweet, sweet planet? That's what I need.
That's it.
Ooh.
What I need. And guess what? He came through, but he came through because it was a priority for him. And I feel like there are like Black men that are willing, to do that for Black women. It's just
Yes.
the internet just makes it feel like there
Yeah.
aren't any.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
You
some
got it.
agreeable, reasonable Black men out here that want Black women. They are agreeable men out here.
Agreeable men.
Agreeable men. Some men
love
are
them.
agreeable.
And
Yes.
other men, other races that
Yes.
like
That
Black women.
and it's
Don't let
okay.
people
Exactly.
say
It's
Definitely
enough for
not.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself. I will definitely I can't contest to it, but I'm just saying I would definitely tell women, do not limit yourself to just, one type of man. Definitely, get out there and explore. It's not my judge, but it might be
Yeah.
someone else's, right?
And
And
if he up to
so,
55 years old, it's not just race, it's the age too. Shannon
right.
Sharpe, 55 years old. I'm just saying.
55 and a live girl.
I'm
Thank
just
you
saying.
so much, Mama Bear. We got somebody else in the back. We want to pull him up. Thank you so much for coming on. We definitely appreciate you. Oh, look
Hey,
at it.
hey.
Uh-oh.
He started right off the bat, girl.
You already
Yes.
know. How y'all doing?
Good. Welcome to the
Hey.
Common Sense
Here
Expert.
we
Doug
go.
says, first of all, guys, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get these ladies to 1,000 subs. Y'all heard him. Doug is our man. He says, get us to 1,000, guys, and like and subscribe to the channel.
So
Definitely.
y'all know y'all ain't going to McDonald's on no first date.
Yes,
Let's
we
just
I
start
will.
there.
will. I will.
We will. And just to be like so very, very clear,
Yes.
Please.
you gotta understand that may not have been your experience because you haven't had the right connection with the right one that'll be willing to accept that. I don't appreciate getting painted with a broad brush about what I will or will not do just because that has not been your experience.
Girl, they ain't never messed with no woman from Charlotte.
Now, last time I was on the show, I recall you saying you had a standard, Joy,
What does
and
McDonald's have to do with anything?
and that's your
McDonald's.
level, a
So
certain
you
level. So
equivocate me saying a standard with me sitting down to have verbal communication with somebody in public.
a first date on McDonald's, you gonna be okay with that?
What's wrong with it? Why are you turning your nose up at it?
Because
Maybe
you
it's
know
you.
you say the men capping, but y'all wouldn't be capping to a man
I wanna
at your
know
level where you at right now. Would you go?
what's wrong with it? Why are you turning your nose up at it? What's so offensive
Because
about
it
that?
won't happen. I've dated women in different ethnicities, ages and financial statuses. McDonald's, oh no. Check the chat when I said
So
check the chat when I said it. They was like, we know the real answer.
No, that is the real answer. Here's what I want you to understand. Like a lot of times with women, what you'll find is small things, inexpensive things mean more and go a lot farther.
I
If you
tried to
want to go
say
to
that
Tiffany's,
before.
if you want to go to Tiffany's and spin a bag, I mean that's cute, but I would much rather you have heard something in a conversation that we had and you go spend $4.99 on that thing. If you go out and you buy me a gift card, oh, here's a $30 gift card, I'm gonna be annoyed. But if you go out and you know I absolutely love Whoppers from Burger King and you pull up on me with a Whopper from Burger King, oh my God, you done made my day.
Well, that's
And
if
those
we deeper into the
small,
relationship.
insignificant things is what will allow somebody to want to go to McDonald's with you.
Well, that's something that what you saying that you'd be a little bit further on into the relationship for me to know you like Whoppers and stuff like that. But initially,
Is small things matter much more than big things. If you take me to some expensive restaurant and you spend $300 and I don't like you, I'm not gonna like you anymore because you spent $300 than if you spend $10.99. Like
but why would you come on a date in the first place if you didn't like me and allow me to spend my $300?
to get to know somebody, that's my point. It doesn't matter how much is spent. I'm gonna feel the way I feel no matter what.
So at what
Can I?
point you
It
realize
doesn't
you
make
didn't
a
like me?
difference. It does not make a difference.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this because I think there's a piece that we're missing in the whole Ocho Cinco and his fiance. Because one, she pursued him, right? So that's one piece, right? So if I am intentionally pursuing a man, sliding in his DMs or whatever have you, then so far so good for him, right? As far as that's concerned. And so if he says like, hey, meet me at the Starbucks or meet me at the McDonald's, meet me at the whatever, I already have an interest in him. So I think what Joy is saying is if I like you, I'm willing to do certain things. If I don't, I'm not. And if a man, some random man approaches me, out and about or whatever have you, and I don't know him from a can of paint, right? And the first thing he says is, let's go get McDonald's, I am going to side eye it. And if I don't see anything other than what he's shown me and it's not anything that's attractive to me, then I'm probably going to be like, yeah, no, I'm okay, right? Because I'm okay. Like I'm all right. But even if he said, let's go to Ruth Chris or let's go to Fogo's, like, lead, like to take him to Fogo's. If I don't have some type of initial attraction or want to get to know who he is, or just want to get to know who he is, I'm not going to take the Fogo date and I'm not taking the McDonald's date. Period, point blank. The only way that women are going to accept the McDonald's date is that they find some type of attraction to you. Period. They want to get to know you. Now, this is women of a different caliber. So now you go down to if you go down
What
to
caliber? What caliber? What caliber?
These are women who have their own, right?
Put a number on it. Make the 1 to 10. Put a number on
I
it.
can buy my own $300 meal. I don't need you to do it.
These
So
are
I'm
women
not
who
be
can,
impressed by it.
afford the Ruth Chris, who can afford the Fogo, who can afford the Shea Pierre, the that whole piece, right? These are women who are, or not necessarily can afford it, but they are confident in who they are. Now, if you go down to the college campus because somebody told you got to get them at their prime, and you asking a 23-year-old woman who really don't have much to say, and you say, and she turns you down for the McDonald's, I mean,
I want to throw another thing here. Chad took her to a McDonald's as a test. It was a test. She knew it was a test.
But
if it was a test,
sometimes you have a test.
Sometimes you know that you get the syllabus at the beginning of the semester, and you know that we're gonna have a test on this day. She knew it was a test.
But if it wasn't Chad, she would never went along with that test.
We don't
know what she would have done.
We don't know.
She wouldn't have slid in his DM.
She slid his DM.
And let me tell you,
when he threw the McDonald's out there, it was like, oh, okay. Y'all think y'all slick. That's not. She knew it was a test.
And
financially, flying colors.
Financially,
that was
probably
this situation. But I don't know about the others. But she knew. Sometimes we know it's a test, guys. It's nobody like, you're not fooling anybody. I know it's a test. All right. So I'm gonna say this to respond to that. Because everybody's sending their representative, right? and we know that you're going to test us,
That's what he
right?
said.
Okay, so there's that. So let's not skip over that part. And people, there are normal, agreeable women out here, even though on the surface you may think she's some modern woman just based off what she has, even though you don't know her yet. You don't know her yet. She might eat McDonald's 2 or 3 times a week anyway. You never know. Who knew Joy like Whoppers like that? Who knew?
I do. I love Whopper.
They don't sell Whoppers
No,
at
I'm just
McDonald's,
saying, she
though.
knew it was a test. So if we know it's a test, and you have an idea, Chad. He has an amazing personality. Everybody knows that he's magnetic. You want to talk to him. You want to like be around him. Some people are like that. So she already knew, like going to McDonald's, going anywhere with him. She was just looking forward to that. She was excited. So just so y'all know, some of these tests we already like got the cheat sheet to it. Just so you know.
Yeah, but she was excited because it was beneficial to be with him. See, she slid into his DM because she knew that she had that show coming out, so it was good to link up with him to get more publicity.
Come on now.
No.
Come on now.
Okay, so let's okay, I'll play devil's advocate.
We tried.
Let's go with your theory, right?
Okay.
That it's going to be a beneficial scenario. Obviously, he has more money than her. We can concede.
Do we know that for sure?
Yes, we do. We can concede that. Okay.
Okay.
But the point that I think we're making outside of Chad Johnson is everybody got different rules. What I may be willing to do for you or not do with you is going to be something completely different from another man, no matter what, no matter how much money it is. Period.
Yep, exactly.
That's it. Like, so when I said don't paint it with a broad brush, just because you may not have had a particular experience with the women in your life does not make that the same scenario for the intentional millionaire. He might be able to just be like, flash a smile and be like, so like, let's go grab some lunch. He said it. Let's go. You don't know. Everybody has different ways about them. Everybody has their own magic superpower. His Chad Johnson's superpower is his personality. Just like NAllen said, he has a magnetic personality. Every man don't got that. They might have to make up for it in other areas and might feel like they got to try have a pissing contest with somebody. You might have to pull out your wallet and spend a little extra change to get a little extra attention.
No man.
Everybody's situation is different. So I'm going to say you're not 100% wrong, but you absolutely not 100% right.
So where I'm at, 60, 40, 70?
You at based on whoever you talking to. So judge your situation by whoever it is you talking to.
So when are you trying to take these women to McDonald's?
That's it.
Say that again?
When are you taking to these women to McDonald's?
Oh, I don't eat that kind of stuff, so I would never go to McDonald's.
So what you talking about then?
But I'm just saying, when I did back then, when I didn't know no better, you couldn't do that.
So what's your first date? Tell us what your first date is. When you meet a woman, you like her. Tell us what your first date is. Common sense. We want to hear. It
depends on how much I like her. If I think she's worth something, I'll go to a pretty decent restaurant.
Okay.
But if not,
what you be taking out women that you don't like?
I mean, you got to kind of figure people out. So it depends on her. Let's see, the way she present herself is going to determine how I'm going to move around. Mm-hmm. So if you give me some ratchet hood stuff, I might not take you nowhere.
Do you think that's going to make her like you more? The more money you spend, is that, kind of, I don't want to say a bribe, but is it designed to say, oh, well, I spent this amount of money, so maybe she'll like me more?
It depends on who you're dealing with. But I don't do that. I'm me all the time. So it depends on the vibe I'm getting from you. So most people, I can tell by their conversation whether it's gonna go anywhere or not.
Mm-hmm. So when women say the same thing, why are we capping?
Hold on, I couldn't hear that.
Oh, go ahead, Joy.
I was saying, so we can have the same conversation at McDonald's.
It's possible.
And when women say things like that, why are they capping? And why you not capping right now? Because you might be taking anybody anywhere. You might be spending all kind of money tricking off on these women.
Oh no, not me.
Uh-oh.
Not me. I don't trick.
Well, hold on. Well, what's tricking? What Lil Wayne say? That's right where y'all from. It ain't tricking if you got it. It's chump change, ain't it?
I'm just saying he trying to push this McDonald's and saying
That's
people
the
don't want to eat
same
McDonald's.
mentality that those men that go overseas when they take their what is it? 45 is the median income of a black man in America. $45,000 and they go to the Philippines, they get the tricking because it only costs $7 to do this, right? Or $7 to do that, and it might have cost them 100 or something to do it in the States. They get down there and get the tricking.
Yeah,
Or
well, somebody
treating.
when they live that reckless lifestyle, but when you're a man of means and you got things to lose, you don't roll like that.
Why is it reckless though? You going over there, you looking for love.
Yeah, looking for love and going out there tricking are two different things.
Right.
You go out
Okay.
there and you get the tricking and somebody been and put something in your drink and you be the trick.
Well,
That
that's the
was
chance
a
you got to
trick
take
bag
for
you
love.
put in a
That's
trick
it.
bag.
Yeah.
Do y'all
That's
remember
what
when Drake had that date and he rented out the baseball park with that girl and it was like $100,000 date or something like that a couple of years ago? Like he ain't with her now.
Is that the
That
one
was
he put the hot
elaborate.
sauce in? The hot sauce in the little thing?
I don't
Is
think
that
that
his
was
baby
the same.
mama? Is that his baby mama?
I don't know. I'm not
That ain't
sure.
the same girl.
So, do you think that it's because they're older now with Chad and Shannon that they have this kind of mindset now of the type of women they're looking for?
Oh, absolutely. When you're making that kind of money, nobody can tell you something, can't tell you nothing. Now you settle down. It's different. And then now I'm sure we all listen to lead. You want somebody to come to the table with something because if they don't, then they go to the courtroom if they don't want to be with you and they cash you out. And there's
So,
nothing you can do about it.
Out.
so why y'all don't want these educated women?
It's not that
Why
we
they saying
don't.
they washed up and they at the wall?
Most of them are.
Why? Because ain't nobody choosing them. Y'all want these.
Well, most people, I say they educated, but they kind of life stupid.
Mm.
You got
Oh,
Common
all
sense
the
expert says
that's
that.
the
you got
common
you
sense
got
expert.
you got all the book smarts, but you can't transition it over to life. They call some people you overqualified and underskilled. Have you ever heard that when you're in the workforce? Because you got the intelligence, but you don't have it. You got the education, but you don't have the intelligence to apply what you learned. So a lot of people get out here and they get that book smart, but when you put them on a job, they can't get it. And just like when relationships, you get out here, you ain't got your education, but now you don't know how to act with a man. You're non-compliant.
They not agreeable.
Yeah.
Non-compliant.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you
I
don't
can't
want to
Not like a word
comply.
I use at work.
Ooh,
The
that
lead
word.
attorney says, in Spike Lee's Malcolm X had this person suck his crusty toes. It was a test. That was decades ago. Nowadays, men are taking women on first dates to McDonald's. Yes, Chad Ocho Cinco was doing that, but we knew that in fact was a test. She
Right.
knew it, we knew it, he knew it, y'all knew it too.
How
I'm
many
not
ladies?
Exactly.
How many ladies we got in the chat? Make a poll. Would you go out on the first date or to McDonald's? Let's
if
see
you
what.
would go out on a first date, we gotta, put a caveat on. Is it with Chad? Is it with Chad or just with anybody?
Just a man that
Listen,
you like. A man that you're interested. I think that's what the part that they're missing. Like,
Would you go out on a first date? Put a 1 in the chat to McDonald's with a guy that you like. Put a 2 in the chat if you like. I don't care who it is. I ain't going to McDonald's on first date. You need to treat me better than that.
And be
or,
honest too.
And be
or it's
honest, guys.
equivalent. Like, it's some people that don't eat McDonald's, right? And I get it. Or the McDonald's equivalent to whatever your vegan options are.
Yes. Yes.
Right? I'm not putting down because I'm just saying, or the equivalent. If a man takes you on a date, whether he takes you to the park and like I said, he makes some mayonnaise sandwiches or whatever.
Take you on a hike and bring some trail mix with the pecan.
Right.
He cut the crust off. He cut the crust off that sandwich, girl, and it got that man like just the right. And he uses Hellman's. He don't use Miracle Whip, and he pushed that thing. He smashed that thing together. And you sit there and you eat that sandwich and you cringe, but you like this man and you know it's a test, right? And you eat that sandwich and
But
and you
let's
might
take away the
gag a
test
little bit.
aspect. Let's take away the test aspect.
Well, you know it's
now.
a test. Okay, all right. You
It's
just
not a
see it
test.
like it's
Okay. He's for
going
real
out.
about this mayonnaise sandwich. He just smashed together, girl, and cut the crust off on it. If you like this man and you're like, you know what, it could be something. Are you
Now,
okay
Ty,
with that?
you making that sandwich sound so good, I won't go.
Look at that. Girl, he might even fry some bologna for you to put in between them slices of bread.
Now, see, you didn't dress it all up. We talking about McDonald's. Now, that's a homemade sandwich. Of course, I'm going to take the homemade sandwich. I see the effort you put behind that.
My sexy is strong. She says, too. She ain't fooling with it. Don't take her on a cheap date. Keep your
She said,
cheap
"Oh
date.
no, baby.
The lead
I don't care
attorney
if I
says,
like you
why
or
do you
not."
like men that make you suck toe crust at sex? Women, that is not what we said. You didn't hit the link or
So-
don't.
Yeah,
what
no,
y'all-
that's a test up. If he giving out that test, that's a test I'm willing to fail.
So what y'all think about women bringing a certain amount of money to the table instead of just themselves saying that they're the table all by themselves?
That's what we're saying. Like women, like do you, girl, home girl, like do you be able to take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, if something goes awry, something goes left, maybe you're not fully on his program, maybe he isn't feeling you, maybe you hit the wall or whatever have you, be able to take care of yourself. And if you can do that, then just like AMS said, we had the show where AMS said, like, I don't want my daughter to depend on no man. I'm talking to, he said he was talking to men that's raising daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all laughing at?
Nina
Them
Simone says
Popeyes
she
got me.
prefers
I'm sorry.
Popeyes. Me too.
Popeyes. Popeyes
Okay,
ain't no McDonald's.
I didn't expect to see.
She said, but I'm just saying, yes, like we say, women, like, you want to bring something to the table, right? You don't necessarily, we're not saying be the table and let him know that you are the table and that you got this PhD and you make 6 figures plus and all that other stuff. We're not saying that. We're saying be able to support yourself just in case. Yeah, you can tell when
Right, so
somebody messing
how
around
often-
with the buttons in the back, but that's what we're saying. But y'all don't respect it because you think we're too masculine. I don't say y'all don't respect it. There's a lot of men that don't respect it because we're too masculine and we're not malleable. We can't get on your program. We're just like, yeah, like we can get with the program. We're just saying here's what we bring. Back in the day, they always talk about back in the day and whatever. Women, their fathers would give them like a dowry, and you would take this, and this is how she would go to her husband with this. And we're saying, like, there's some fatherless homes out there, not mine, but there's some fatherless homes out there, and like this is the doubt, like me giving, providing, adding to you, coming with a fork, a spoon, a knife to your picnic table, and maybe a tablecloth, right, and maybe some meat for that mayonnaise sandwich. Like, that is what I bring.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do men what? I mean, obviously you can't answer for all men, but what do you all prefer? Women that are like damsels in distress, or present themselves to be more needy? Like, is that like a turn on?
I don't want the damsel in distress. I want a woman who has her stuff together. That damsel in distress, that don't do that for me. I mean, in certain situations, it might attract me, but for the most part, I want a woman to be able to handle her own.
So neediness isn't.
No, you needing this. That's gonna irk me.
Not irk you.
Yeah, it's gonna irk me. I
It's
don't want a
gonna
woman
irk
that's
you.
needy. But
She won't talk back.
But
Then she won't talk back.
what you mean she won't talk back?
She won't talk back. She won't get out of line. She won't get out of order with you.
Oh no, women will get out of order regardless. That's just in y'all. This is in y'all nature. That's what y'all do.
I don't know. I don't know any women like that.
No.
Common sense. Thank you for
Especially-
coming up here and chit chatting with
Right,
us.
especially when y'all get y'all money right. Oh, y'all get real slick. and that's what we be talking about. See, y'all weaponize y'all income.
Not
So
at
then
all.
a needy woman is more attractive, right?
No, because that's the ones that's gonna cash you out. You between a rock
You
and a
gotta
hard
be in the
place.
middle.
Yeah, you got to be in the middle. You got to have balance.
Yeah, I think we all bring balance. What you think, ladies? You bring a balance.
Yes.
Look at-
You got to have some balance, else they gonna get you. They're gonna get you for your paper. Even in Allen, she's that big doctor out there. That pharmacy, that's pharmacy money.
Don't even count that money.
Oh, we count that money. We go to court. I got to cash you out.
All right.
You
Thank you so
triggering me.
much, Common Sense, for coming up here and
Thank you for having me.
Coming to try to bring the smoke a little bit. It was a little putt, but it was a little bit of smoke. I appreciate it. We appreciate it up here. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. We got a special guest in the house. Okay, the man, the myth, the legend. The
legends.
The THEE lead attorney.
The lead attorney here.
Yeah, thank
With
you.
his own sounds.
Buttons together.
Listen, I'm a professional.
Thank you for holding that down for us.
My man Common Sense expert said he gonna cash NAllen out. He said
Right.
Pharmacist
Don't
money.
cash me out, okay?
Pharmacist money, girl.
Hilarious. Yeah, I wanted just to talk a little bit about this whole McDonald's thing. I think that's real interesting.
That's what you came up here to talk about, Lee. Of all the things we discussed tonight, you want to talk about McDonald's?
Exactly.
I think it shows a sickness and a pathology.
Really?
Yes. I mean, what it seems to me, because I'm a guy, right? So I'm seeing it on the other side. So it's interesting to me to hear you women talk about it because y'all see it on one way and I see it on another. And I don't know who's right. But I know for me, independent of whether a girl likes me or not, if I like her, then I'm going to want to show some respect to her. I'm going to want to show some respect to her time. I'm going to want to show some respect to her intestines. I'm not going to want to fill her body with trash, right? Because I like her. Now, if she likes me, she's willing to eat in the sewer, that's fine. But what does it say that I'm taking her to the sewer on a first date? And y'all are saying, oh, well, it was just a test. It was just a test. That's true. But what does it say about the man that's testing you that he's willing to test you in that way on the first date?
Everybody has different personalities. And because we all know him as a public figure and we know that's his personality, for him to do something else would be weird.
No, you do not know him.
We know his public persona, and we know his persona. Cheap.
You know his persona, but you don't know how he feels about you because it's the first date and you found him through IG. You don't know how he feels about you. That's what you need to discern. Not how he feels about everybody else, not his public persona. How does he feel about you? And on the first date, you're going to be looking for clues. That's the purpose of a first date, to see who this person is, get a glimpse of his personality, get a glimpse if he has his head on straight, get a glimpse of if he values you. And look at what he's doing. He's taking you to the sewer.
Well, somebody can spend $2,000-$3,000 on the first date and still treat you wrong.
That's true, but it's you're looking for signs. Right? You're looking for signs. There are no guarantees on a first date. You're just looking for signs. And as a man, if I were to take a woman to the sewer, that would be an indication of how I felt about that woman. And I would think the woman is smart enough to pick that up. But apparently you guys are saying, well, if the woman likes me enough, she's willing to go to the sewer. Well, maybe that's the woman that I don't want.
She's smart enough to know that you're testing her.
That's engaged, so it all works out.
But why don't you go one step further? Why don't you just take it one step further? You're saying she's smart enough to know that's a test. Fine. One step further would be, why does she feel like she has to bend the knee and submit to these tests for him on a first date?
Because she
already act like you're hitting the wall, so you're trying to take whatever you could get, apparently.
Okay, well, say that then.
No,
say that this woman is trash. Say that.
I'm just saying, I ain't saying
that. Shit down. The woman got 3 kids. She's looking for love on IG, and she's willing to eat in the sewer. Say that. That's what that's all I came up here for, the facts. I mean, that's really. That's what I wanted to know. NAllen is setting the record straight. This woman gonna hit the wall, got all these damn kids by
I
random
don't,
men.
we
She
don't
asked the
believe in the
question,
wall over
TLA,
here.
but I'm
That
not
doesn't
conceding
equal the
that.
wall.
I am not conceding that. What I'm saying is this.
I agree with NAllen. This woman's trash.
I don't. What I'm
No.
saying is this woman pursued you. Like she came to you, right? Basically, she saw your persona. She looked at your IG. She feels like she knows something about you. And then she takes that and I have the clip with him talking about the McDonald's trip. I'll pull it up. But what I'm saying is, if she already knows about him, she knows like he can provide if need be as well, right? And she likes him. She's attracted enough to actually pursue him. And then they're out and he says, oh, I'm going to go to McDonald's. If she's a woman that eats McDonald's, you can call it trash. I call it trash too, right? But if that's okay with her for the moment, I can see her thinking like, okay, this is like a test, right? Because you can see the man on Basketball Wives with Evelyn, what's the name? And he's taking her to, they went to all kind of like, so he's capable of it. And so the first thing I think is, oh, we're going to McDonald's.
He's capable of what? I missed it. You said he's capable of what?
He's capable of like whining and dining a woman. Like he did this on national television.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, if I see him, he could it could be two things. It could be a test or he's just hungry right now, right? Either way.
No, he's not hungry right now on the first date. No,
okay.
That's not how it works, Ty. That's not how a first date works. You're not just hungry.
Okay.
He eats McDonald's though. He said he does.
Huh?
Fine. I eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm not taking you to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch on a first date. What do y'all not understand about a first date?
We get it. We just trying to.
You don't get it because Ty's talking about, he was hungry. That's not how first dates work.
What I'm telling you, I'm giving you
y'all are insane.
I'm giving you the woman's perspective.
What if he was starving?
No, I'm just saying. I said it could be one of two things. I said he could be hungry or he's testing. He's trying to see, am I too bougie or too whatever enough to not eat at McDonald's?
You said it could be one of two things. It could be one of two things. And the second thing was he was just hungry.
No, the first thing is that he's trying to see if I'm going to eat McDonald's.
No, you said it could be one of two things.
Right. And the second thing could be he's just hungry.
Okay.
Either way, I'm going with the first.
Is that how a first date works, Ty? In your experience?
I mean, I have not been on a first date to McDonald's, right? But I also have never slid in a man's DM trying to get.
That's what I'm not asking you that. You were putting forth the proposition that a first date can work as though the guy's just hungry. Like, hey, let's go to McDonald's. I'm just hungry on a first date. Have you ever heard of a first date like that?
I've never been on, but I heard of it.
You just made it up. When did you say it wasn't like I'm just hungry? That's not how first dates work.
Okay.
You are trying to show this woman, hey man, I'm interested in you. Or listen, I'm not interested in you. I'll just take you to the fucking sewer. Right.
So why is he engaged to this woman at this point? Why did he take her? What do you think he took her for?
I don't know. To me, he's still single. He ain't married.
True.
He's engaged.
She got what? Oh my God! I can't believe you said that, Joy. All these women calling up to Kevin Samuels. Are you married? No, but I've been engaged 3 times. What the hell does an engagement mean? Y'all, oh my God. Y'all ain't learned nothing from this man. These black women out here been engaged 3 times.
But let me ask you a question. Why would he even, why do you think they're engaged at this moment from a first date? Why do you think they came from a first date at McDonald's to him saying on national television or YouTube or whatever that he's engaged to this woman?
That's the thing you're talking about. And I didn't see the clip, so you have to forgive me if I'm wrong, but I thought you just said something about he wined and dined and took somebody somewhere like $100,000.
A former high profile relationship that he was in that was on TV. They went to like different like upscale restaurants, but this woman, the one he's engaged to marry, she actually pursued him in his DMs, like seriously. And I don't know what the conversation was, but it was enough for him to go out with her. And he says, and I can pull, I don't know if you want to see it, but he says that he took her to McDonald's and he was cool with the fact that she was okay with him taking her to McDonald's.
Yeah, a lot, and I can say this because I'm seeing it more and more now, even though, I'm in social media, but I'm really small. But I talk to people who are not small, and I'm starting to get the feeling that a lot of people do things and say things just for content. Just for content. You have women out here sleeping with what's the dude with the clock? Flavor Flav. Oh, I love you, Flavor Flav. We're engaged. I'm engaged to Flavor Flav. It's content. She's looking for a come up. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that regular people don't know. This woman right here, man, all these damn kids. And Allen already said she done hit the wall 10 years ago. She's looking for a come up. She'll eat in the sewer 10 times. Like to get with this dude. But for a regular dude, even a good dude, women ain't trying to eat in the sewer like that.
But these regular dudes not as good as they think they are. I'm just saying. I said it.
Why aren't these regular dudes as good as they think they are?
And they angry and they not getting one.
She said they angry. Wait. Who we talking about now?
TLA, do you consider yourself a regular guy?
In some aspects, I'm regular.
He said he's Skittles. He said he the Skittles.
He said
he said if he's not Skittles, who he is?
Oh,
the whole table.
No, man, listen, in a lot of areas, I'm a regular dude. In certain areas, I'm not, but in some areas, I might be lesser. I might have a short temper, or not short temper. I don't have a short temper, but maybe my patience is a little bit less than what's adequate or what's optimal for a long-term, relationship. Maybe I can lose patience a little bit. Maybe I don't have a lot of time. Maybe I'm always thinking about YouTube and this and that. I don't know what the perfect husband would be, but I don't think I'd be the perfect one, right? But I think I'm a good dude. You do got good dudes out here. You got me. You got, let's assume, for example, that intentional millionaire, $1 million portfolio, dude, 6 foot, women would think he's attractive. He walking around here, never been married, no kids, no girlfriend. I don't know if he's in the chat. Look at David. David killing the game, millions of dollars, properties, real estates all over. He ain't got no girlfriend. Like, what's going on?
So y'all blame it on the women? Y'all blame it on the women?
I don't know what it is because we're not perfect. All right. David, it's Sunday night and David in the damn office, right? That, how is that going to work, right?
He works hard.
Intentional millionaire, I'm sure his standards for women are super high. And a lot of women are going to be like, well, listen, I don't need to put up with your BS. I can just, get a pookie or get somebody lesser, right? Or stay single. Or get this sperm. Listen, who was it? One of y'all sisters, one of y'all sorors at AK, it just came out and she was on, the Breakfast Club? Did y'all see that interview? I think it just came out like today or yesterday.
No idea what you're referring to.
She was sitting there in the damn pink and green talking about she's going to get the damn sperm from the sperm bank. And
oh my goodness.
Did y'all hear about that?
Y'all don't like to talk about it.
Shout out to the AKAs, man. Listen, I mean, it's becoming the norm for Black women. Black women are looking into this stuff.
Well, here's the thing.
A lot of us are not.
There are a lot who are not. And I will say this, I have come across like in my personal life, a woman who was seeking out like something like that. So I'm not saying like that does not like happen, but you can't, it's on one hand, it's like, oh, they're the baby mamas and they're cultivating a baby mama culture and like half of them got kids and blah 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 blah, and you're saying this about that, and the next thing is like, oh, they're trying to find a black sperm. Black sperm is really not a shortage, and you can get it for free.
Well, that's not what your sisters think. Your sisters think there is a huge shortage of good black sperm.
Doug, hit us with the stats, Doug.
Doug got the stats.
What did Doug say?
I don't know. We need the stats on that.
But
I just did a dang video about it, man. Black sperm is the hardest sperm to find.
Yeah, women are going in the sperm bank, but if you go in the natural way, donate.
Well, that's what they want, though. Like they want to pick and choose. They want to pick and choose the genetics and the eye color and the hair texture.
Somebody else said people are always dealing with women they don't want.
What's that?
They could just pick somebody in the chat, say men are always dealing with women that they don't want. So you could just still pick what you
Men
want.
are always dealing with women that they don't want.
Yes. The
How
ones they
so?
say they're fat, they're modern, they talk too much, they don't listen.
Yeah, because
Men
common
are
sense
dealing
said
with
you
them.
can-
They giving them children, yes. They're
common
giving them
sense said you
babies.
can mess with a fat girl, but that don't mean you like fat girl.
Yes.
Even though you sleep with her, impregnate her, that doesn't. And let me not say fat girls, but this is what he said. It's so confusing out here because I know he's a reasonable man, really, you know. And so it's just like, Jesus, like, should I get
Don't
the
listen to
video? Or
Don't
should I
listen to them.
just,
I
or should
don't
I
listen
just
to
like
them. They say
hold
don't
tight?
listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Why is it that just good black men are out here single, but then it's like all the celebrities are taking y'all to eat in the sewer and y'all are going? Like, what is it with just a regular man?
The
Like,
regular
what?
men don't want regular women. They keep calling them modern and
They gotta go
throwing
get
these
their
crazy
credit
labels
score.
on them when they're normal, regular women.
You
That's what
think
it
so?
is.
You think the issue is that the men don't want the women. The men are rejecting the women. Is that what you're saying?
I think they not marrying them and they not being with them. They making
How
them
can
make
they
them want one.
marry them if they can't get in the relationship with them?
That's on
They-
them. The men, they decide that.
How do men decide that if women won't say yes to the relationship? Women won't even swipe on them. Women won't even give them the time of day at the gym.
Everybody
Women
not
won't,
dating on the apps. Y'all looking at the app.
I said the gym. Women
Okay.
won't give them the time of
Why?
day in Publix.
But
You
hold on
know,
now, yeah, but we always say that's what I'm saying. There's the contradiction again. Women
Mhm.
are swiping on them. They are giving them time of day because there's this. I mean, Doug, what's the stats? The number of black women with kids out here, they are engaging in sexual relationships with them men. So
With normal men.
but normal men. So you shot your shot. You just shot the wrong shot in the wrong.
You made a stat, made a
basket.
statistic out of it.
listen, a lot of those women got impregnated by the side dudes. That's what y'all don't even talk about. It's a listen.
Where is
That's
that?
make up stuff, huh? What happened in court, huh?
The goalpost is
When they start
Where
losing
is
in court, they start making up stuff.
What do you mean making up? I was making up stuff.
Make up something.
I was a divorce attorney for 20 years. What are you talking about? I've seen more side babies than you will see in your life. I've represented side babies.
The majority of side babies
I
come
don't
from
know
the
no
women.
women that's happened to.
Well, what do you mean the majority of side babies come from the women?
Well, I mean,
all
all
kids come
babies
from
come
women.
from
Don't no kids come from men.
I'm just talking about when there's a side baby that is in question. Is it coming from in the divorce couple? Is it coming from the wife or is it coming from the husband?
Listen, these women open their legs up to any men,
No.
married men, single men. It don't matter. I have represented these kids. These side dudes are running rampant. Right? You guys, man.
No. Oh man.
No. I need to see the reports. I need the Carfax on that.
So that you saying the men out here being side pieces rather than being the main course.
Do you know all of us are side pieces? All of y'all, listen, y'all women, man, y'all want the whole damn thing. Y'all want a dude that makes money. Y'all want a dude that's gonna bust out your back. Y'all want it all these days, but y'all want it all in different men. Why can't you just find one man?
We just want one.
Listen, I'm sure Tim is a side dude somewhere. Man, y'all don't listen. I don't want to put his shit out there. Listen, y'all women are not getting in relationships with us. It's fucked up.
They don't want him. Y'all don't want to be in them.
Listen, you know, they'll be like Joy. Joy be like, okay, Lee, you can hit, but we can't get in a relationship if you don't buy me a house. And be like, well, I guess I'm a hit then. You know, I can't buy a house like that.
Like,
you know.
Joy not even letting it happen though, Lee. Like she's not letting
whatever. Joy, listen, Joy is a human being. Joy is a woman. Joy got needs. Whatever. Listen, y'all up here capping way too much.
These men don't want normal women.
Y'all set standards so high. Joy talking about this man gotta buy her. This man gotta buy her a whole house. What type of man can do that? What type of normal man can buy you a whole house?
a lot of them, I do mortgages for a living. What are you talking
Normal men make
Normal.
$45,000 a year, Joy. That's not true.
That's
Don't
cap.
let me
I
hit you
refuse
with
to
the
believe it.
stats.
No, I don't believe it. I do
You
not
don't believe the stats?
believe it.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
believe
She
it.
don't believe the
No.
stats. She don't believe the census. She
No.
do not believe the census.
I don't. I do not. I don't believe it.
And the earth is
No,
flat. I'm
it's
telling
not
you
right.
guys. What did they say that? No.
No, I reject that. I don't know where they
She
get those numbers.
says she rejected. Okay, let me ask you this, Joy. What do you think the number is, Joy? We know what the United States government says. What do you think the number is? How much do you think that the median income is for a man in this country?
I don't know. They like $60,000.
Okay, $60,000 pre-tax.
Let's say 50 to 6, so 55. I split the difference, so 55.
Fair enough, Joy.
point of the
The median,
story-
wait. The median
Sex
man,
fact.
the average man that you're saying that, there's so many average men and we don't want this, we want that. The average man makes $55,000 a year pre-tax, according to you.
Okay.
Now, is the average man able to buy you that house, which costs more than your house? Because that's what you said you wanted.
I said greater than
Yes. Can a man making $55,000 a year buy you a house that's worth more than your house on the $55,000 a year pre-tax income that he has? Don't even answer. Guys, listen, I don't know what you want me to tell you. This is easy work.
Don't let them use
This
you.
is easy work.
That point.
Don't even answer. I mean, did y'all see her face?
I want to highlight something. That's
Oh, Joy, listen, man, you gotta come to Atlanta. You gotta come on the podcast. I need a one-on-one with you. We need an intervention.
Right up the street.
Okay, so you're telling me
Where are you at? Where you at, Joy? Are you in Atlanta?
Yeah, no, I live in Charlotte. So
How
you
far is
telling
that from
me I'm gonna get
Atlanta?
crucified
Like an hour and a half.
because
An hour and a half. Joy, put on them shoes and drive down here right now. We about to film a damn episode.
You getting McDonald's?
Hell no, I ain't taking Joy to the sewer. Joy, I don't care what Joy will put up with. I value her myself.
Good.
Not taking this woman to eat in the goddamn sewer.
Hey, listen, hold on.
Oh
I
my
want to make sure I
God.
understand what everyone is saying. I get crucified because I'm okay with eating McDonald's because I want to get to know the person. And in the same breath, the same person that is accusing me of accepting a human being for being a person and trying to get to know them, their background, and all of the things separate from money is telling me that I'm also wrong for saying that I want to maintain a certain lifestyle and I want somebody to be able to come into my life that's going to be able to either upgrade me or maintain the standard of living that I've already established for myself.
What I'm saying, Joy, is that you can't have both. You can't say we're going to go right and we're going to go left. If there's a fork in the road, you got to choose. You can't say out one side of your neck that the dude needs to be able to buy you a house that's worth greater than your house, and then in the same breath say that you're willing to date the average man when the average man can't buy you that house. It don't even make sense. Look at Friendsgiving, man. Friendsgiving is like, Joy, plead the fifth, man. Plead the fifth. Anything you say will be used against you, Joy.
I think she's just trying to say she's open to it. Like she's not limited.
Oh, now here come the attorney. Now here remixing her words. Okay, all right. And now listen. Joy can speak for herself. I think Joy just trying to say, don't clean it up. Don't clean it up.
But I think that is what she's saying. She's like, hey guys, don't limit yourself.
Oh my God.
If it turns out, you don't like the person, then it just didn't work out. But she's gonna give you opportunity, to present yourself to her.
Oh,
and it's sometimes it's personality. Y'all just all about money, y'all men. And they want.
Oh my God! This woman right above you just said that she wants to buy her a whole house, and we're all about money.
I would accept.
We're all about money.
Sewer with
about the McDonald's?
Yeah, apparently you will only eat in the sewer with somebody who could buy you a whole house.
Like
Come
Chad
on.
Johnson.
That's a give and take. She's saying, listen, in order for you to buy me the house, I understand that you have to cut back on some things. So instead of taking me to Fogo's,
You can take me to the
McDonald's so
sewer.
that you can buy the house that we want, baby. Like it's a give and take. And I believe some of the men like Tim and I believe like Tim, and all of the finance bros, they say like, yeah, like they want a woman that's fiscally, conservative so that they can get the things that they want. So I think her going to McDonald's instead of going to Fogo's every day, is a good
It's
trade-off
a compromise.
to get
Look,
the house.
what do they want? What I say, these normal men. He say he a normal man. They don't know what they want.
I should have went to law school.
They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. That's the real problem. They want a woman that they can run. That's why they want to make all the money. But then they want a woman that's not spending any money. Then he want the women going to child support court, not asking for any money.
Child support. Okay, now we go in there.
Or alimony.
Alimony. Oh yeah, because they never worked, right? What is it? What's the problem with the educated? Well, I don't want to say modern because I feel like I don't know who the modern woman is. I'm still confused about that.
She's everybody. She's every woman.
Right.
She's every woman. She was with me, girl. She is every woman.
But the educated one, that modern woman who has a job or a career, like what's wrong with it? Y'all don't know what to do.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, here's the thing. I do have a prejudice for, let's say, women who have, let's say, a college education, right? And then if the woman has like a higher degree in something that I think is interesting, then I'm all for that. That's super cool. Like, if you're, I don't know, if you're a pulmonologist, and a surgeon that works on lungs and stuff. I'm like, shit, and you're cute. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, well, you're a pulmonologist, so I'm not gonna fuck with you. I don't care about your degree. No, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool, and it helps out in a lot of ways because it means, you got stuff going on, so you have stuff to lose. I think once you start getting up there, you need to deal with people, men and women, who have stuff to lose. That's how a lot of our brothers, these rappers, are getting shot and killed because they're hanging around people that ain't got nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. So I want a woman with something to lose. And usually the women who have something to lose are going to be educated. Now, can there be some woman with no high school and she started an eyelash business and now she's making $1 million a year? Yes. But generally speaking, especially in Atlanta, you got a lot of these, MBAs running around, a lot of these CPAs running around, a lot of these attorneys, these doctors running around, these directors of human resources. I like that. So I know the whole line about men don't care about your education, and there's truth in that. I mean, if you find and you went to a trade school, a dude's still gonna hit, right? So it's like, I get it, but for me, I do like women with a college degree. I don't really, but most men, I mean, am I going to hit if she got some college or an associate's degree? Yeah. But, it's attractive to me when a woman has something to lose.
So the modern part, so do they fall into is it because they don't listen at a certain point? And again, what are y'all trying to tell them?
I mean, I don't even want to go down this road, but it's just like men and women. It seems to me, after practicing 20 years, it seems to me that men and women typically want different things. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of wordplay and a lot of, yapping about we're on the same page when really we're not on the same page, and it can be confusing for women. It can be confusing for men. Listening to that, I had saw that whole Shannon Sharpe thing, and I was actually going to do a video on it. I still might, but he said something to me, and I was like, see, this is the motherfucking problem. Shannon said, you know, that he's open to getting married and he's open to taking care of other men's kids and all this and all that. And he said, he said, you know, the only thing that he wanted was for the woman to love him the same way that he loves his, you know, shows and all the stuff that he is 100% devoted to. And see, that's the problem right there. And a lot of men want this. I want this. And, you know, we're brought up to think that this is something that is on the table. But, you know, it's really not. There is only one. Like, he gives his all to his shows. He gave his all to football. He gave his whole life. He loved football unconditionally. He loves his shows unconditionally. He said that he wants a woman to love him the way that he loved football and his shows. How is that unconditionally? There's only one woman that is going to love you unconditionally, right? And that is a woman that you're not going to want to date. You're not going to want to date that woman. That's your mama.
That's true.
Right? And so he says this is what he wants. He's 55 and he's fucking alone. Why is he alone? Because he can't find this woman. Why can't he find this woman? Because, you know, he paying her bill. It's his mama. And guys are romantic enough to think that we can find a woman that will love us unconditionally, especially if we're paying all the fucking bills and we're taking care of your kids by another dude. How is it possible that you can't love us unconditionally? And these women are like, it's easy. Like, we're just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do it. Now, women can fake it. You know, I could be like, oh, I wonder if she loves me unconditionally. You know, let me take Joy to the sewer on our first date, see if she's eating. Joy just down there in that pothole eating with me. Right? And I'm like, oh, well, she loves me unconditionally. I'm going to get engaged. And Joy over there laughing like, nigga, I knew what was going on. I knew it. Right? It's tough because men and women, we're really looking at this stuff differently. And it's always been different, but you know, in the past, we just didn't have money like that to be freer. And now in 2023, man, everybody got, not everybody, you know, according to Joy, you know, everybody got money, but listen, everybody has way more money than we had in the 60s and the 70s, right? And in the 60s and 70s, even if we didn't like each other that much, maybe there were outside forces to push us together and to keep us together. But now, with all this money flying around and these damn PPP loans everybody going to jail for, everybody's like, man, listen, I don't really need you. I'll go buy my sperm online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really need to get on your program. And here comes Shannon Sharpe still looking for his damn mama to date. It's deep, man. I don't even want to go down this road, but it's just like we're not really looking for the same thing, it seems to me. I've been dealing with this stuff my whole adult career. Why these relationships fall apart. And are there couples that have been married 50 years and they'll die together? Yes. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that generally it's very difficult. It's difficult for everything to line up. But you know, Shannon Sharpe gonna die alone if that's what he really. If he only wants to get married to that woman that will love him unconditionally, he's never gonna find that woman. It's hard to find a woman that will love you unconditionally. There are some women that will do it. You know, so if dude gets locked up in prison, I mean, we can imagine that if a dude went to jail, he went to prison for 10 years and she just never slept with anybody for those 10 years and just, you know, it's theoretically it's possible.
And then they'll get out and leave her.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Get on and WS for a white girl. Right?
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh my God. Listen, I don't know who has the answers because, you know, a multimillionaire like Shannon Sharpe looking to date his mama is not the answer.
I will say, Lee, everything that you said is kind of like almost like what we're saying. It's not this one. It's not black and white. It's not set in stone. It's not this one way. it is so like colorful, so to speak,
Yeah.
that you can, you can find people in that will, like you for whatever, but someone else will not. Or, just because this woman isn't getting on your program doesn't mean she wouldn't get on the next man's program, because it might align with her. It's so gray but colorful as well, and everything is not black and white. And I think a lot of times, people try to put everyone into the square peg, and we're circles and hearts and stars and all kind of other shapes. So
I think it's kind of unrealistic of him, though. I mean, that's not fair. He really like stood up there. He said, "I want a woman to love me like I love football. I want a woman to love me like I love this, like I love that, like I love this over there." Like, I
right.
guess you just like, chopped liver over here. Like, he's not gonna love you like that. But he wants you to bring
Yeah.
that intense energy, unconditional love, no matter what he does.
He said you're gonna be financially taken care of in exchange.
Maybe, because it's like, he's like, he wants her to bring her own thing to the table, but if she needs him in the end, he will be there. He wants her to know, hey, you have a safety net. It's kind of like a parent. So maybe that's the only kind of relationships that he can really like relate to. Because he's like, okay, if you need me, know I'm there, but he wants you to have your own stuff. That's kind of like a parent.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I just listened to that stuff, and it wasn't adding up. Like he said, what did he say? He said, on the one hand, she need to bring something more than her appetite. But then he said, she don't need to bring a lot. She just need to bring, a fork or, a napkin or a spoon or some shit. But how is it that you're asking this woman to bring a spoon, and then the next breath you're asking her to bring unconditional love? That's the whole thing. Like, there's such a difference between just bringing something small like a spoon and bringing unconditional love to a man that you met 2 years ago. How is this woman gonna he's not, let's presume he's not dating somebody now, right? This woman that he's 55, this woman that he meets is supposed to just develop unconditional love for him at age 55, and let's assume she's 35, but she meets him in 2023, 2022. Where's this unconditional love coming from? Usually for a love to be unconditional, that damn thing has to go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Typically, 9 months of pregnancy. You know what I mean? For real, right? A lot.
Exactly.
It's not even making sense what he says. She doesn't have to bring anything big. She can just bring a spoon and a napkin, and then turn around and say she has to bring the biggest thing known to mankind, which is unconditional love. Like, which one do you want?
Neither.
Right?
Neither.
TLA, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to address this comment here by our good friend Fawcett Media here. He says Lee got them quiet and listening on their own show. See, this is what we talk about when it's this contradiction of rhetoric, right? It's either women don't listen. They don't listen when they just want to talk over you. They want to yell, they want to scream. But when you see three women here listening to a man who is an expert in his field, 20-year family law attorney, and he's speaking on things that he's seen, and we listen, now all of a sudden it's like, see, that's the kind of stuff that we deal with. Lee, what do you think about that? What do you think about our good friend Fawcett right here?
Listen, I think he was joking, but I think
I appreciate him coming through.
I think your point is well taken. I really do. I really do. I think it's if you were men, and let's say Kevin Samuels came on and is talking, and the men are listening. He was Kevin Samuels got them listening on their own show. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be like that. So, but he just Fawcett always talking shit. But right, I think your point is well taken. I do think there's something in there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of something in there.
Thank you, Fawcett, for coming through and showing us love tonight and being active, getting active in the chat with us. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, but he said, okay, maybe the context. He said y'all ran over every other dude, though. Okay, so maybe y'all were running over dudes over here.
They want
to run over. We respect all the men that come up on our panel and show us love. Thank you.
You can respect them, but you can run over them. Like, I respected Ruslan ever. I ran over that nigga though.
but we are agreeable and reasonable.
I mean, come
Don't
on.
be
Now.
too reasonable though, because then they'll
You
say
know.
you're eating in a sewer. So
Okay.
just
Exactly.
saying. Let me just
All
sign
right,
up
well,
for my
listen,
project dude to take me to a $300 dinner. Man.
Yeah, but that same
hit the
project dude though is gonna
loophole.
buy you that house though, right, Joy? Like which
No,
one is
no,
it?
man, y'all just I got it now. I understand. I
Which
need
one is
a
it?
dude from the hood with possibly illegal money to take me to a $300 dinner.
Joy, listen, I would take you to a $300 dinner. I really would. But you got to meet me in the middle. It's not like I'm going to take you to a $300 dinner, but then you're going to turn around and insist that I got to buy you a fucking house.
I'll pay for the $300 dinner. See, this is
Oh, okay. You pay for the dinner and I pay for the house. Oh, okay. You pay for the dinner and I'll pay for the house. Okay, I see.
I feel like it's I feel like there
I'm not gonna date
like,
anymore. I'm gonna take myself off the market if this is how it is. This is ridiculous. Why it's gotta be so hard, man? She said, I'll pay for the dinner.
We say the same thing when we try to get you guys to understand that we're reasonable.
Okay, wait, let's go back. Joy, would you pay for the dinner? If I asked you out on a first date, are you paying for the first date?
I would not for a first date, no.
So you ain't even paying for the damn $300 dinner.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't reciprocate, is my point.
At some point.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's not a gimme. Like, I don't enter no situation like that with anybody. I never have. And so whenever I've spoken about this idea of wanting someone that can maintain or upgrade my lifestyle, it is because in the past, when I have been exposed to and interested in someone that had a lower income, it was greeted with, "Oh, this way you live." Oh. Like, I mean, what?
Really, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Like, what's the address again?
And it's a regular house. That's the gag. It's a regular schmegular house. It's nothing fancy. It's just, I don't know. But anyway.
It's the lamps you got in the background, girl, with the artwork in the middle. And you got in the chair. It's giving luxury.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude, like, how many sensors your alarm system got?
And
it's like, what can you do?
Right there in the background.
I'm just
you are giving luxury. I swear to you, not though, Joy. I think that is a true story. That is a very true story of trying to be reasonable and giving people,
just,
the opportunity.
Whatever your standards are, keep them.
Oh my God! See, this is why Kevin said women keep women single. Okay, whatever your standards are.
I don't think she's
want 3 houses,
unreasonable.
girl. You keep those standards. It's like, come on.
I'm saying like she was willing to date down or relax the standards because these men said they relaxing their standards. Then look what happened.
He said I was
trying to set up to get robbed.
She wasn't willing to relax those damn standards. She just like Shay Shay, just talking mess. No. No, Joy and Shay Shay. Those two should date because they both talking mess.
Would you take that, Joy?
Would
you take a date with 55-year-old Shannon Sharpe?
Would I take Shannon Sharpe, a 55-year-old man?
On a date?
No.
I want to say 55 in general.
What?
No.
In general. What about 55?
Wait, why not? Why wouldn't you go on a date with Shannon Sharpe?
55.
Oh, well.
The worms.
I'm not young.
It's the worms.
What's your height? What's your what am I trying to ask? What's the oldest? Yeah. What's the oldest
when
man you would date?
Let's go.
Here we go.
In my head, I'm really like,
oh shit,
29.
Come on, Joy.
Probably with the maturity of someone who's like 17 something.
Okay, now we talking. Now we talking.
Say
Yo, I'm about to
like
drop
that.
you down, girl.
Right.
No, keep talking. See,
So
this is what we here
what's
for.
the number?
This is
What
what
is it,
I
Joy?
have to get out of. Okay,
What's
this
the
is
number,
this is the
Joy?
information I have to get out. Okay, where we at with it?
No. So when you tell me these ridiculous things that just because I was born in 1983, I am 40, I think that's absurd. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I need to be around 40-year-old men. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
So what's the age,
Wow.
Joy? What's the number?
I
Cougar
don't
alert! She's trying to date these 32-year-olds.
Yes, she is.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Go to commercial.
She is trying to date these 32-year-olds. Wow.
Doug
I
said smash
love
the
it.
like button, y'all. Hit it.
And I'm pretty sure them 32-year-olds would like to be right there on your front porch, sis, and they're gonna come in there and they're gonna be amazed at the 2 lamps.
And they're gonna say, how much is the mortgage a month? Here you go, baby. Here you go, right?
They gonna be like, these are some nice lamps, ma'am. That's exactly what they gonna say.
Ma'am, yes.
32 to 40-year-old boy. That is
I mean,
something
but
else.
if she were a man, that would be like, oh, okay.
Facts. That's true. It is like,
Yeah.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio is in some hot water because he's like 50 and he just started dating a 19-year-old.
See, I don't think at least Joy. That's kind of reasonable. When you look at it like that.
I mean, it's not unreasonable. I mean,
No, I'm
Joy-
talking about Joy is reasonable, not Leonardo.
Oh.
That's ridiculous. That's R. Kelly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Joy could find a dude that's 32.
Yeah, 32.
But like to find a dude that's 32 that has the ability to buy you a house that's more than your house, and he's only 32.
And he never been married, and he has no kids.
Listen,
can I say this?
I see why Shay Shay's single. I see why a lot of people are single.
Can I say this from like firsthand? Like I think me and Allen can like firsthand acknowledge that the fact that Joy can definitely pull a I don't even
Stop it.
But
Yes.
a 30-something-year-old man.
20-something.
And that is a high, like very high value.
They not high
And
value
she will
according to these people.
reject this man. And like we
What was
know
born
this
in
like
1998.
And she gonna pull the dude and she gonna reject him?
Oh yes. Like this like firsthand.
Uh-huh.
Like we've seen it. We know it.
This is a fact.
Come on, like, you know.
I guess,
So
but
you-
because you know why? Because Joy is looking for something more than. I mean, she wants you to have provisions.
What is Joy looking for? Because what Joy just said she wants, you said she would reject. What Joy said she wants, she would reject. So, in your opinion, what is it that Joy wants?
I mean, I think everything she just said there, I don't necessarily agree with, but everything that she said. But I mean, excuse me. I think at the end of the day, I would say like Joy wants to have like a real conversation with like, I mean, she's a college educated woman. She's a single mom. She's raising a son. She's, and I think she's looking for just a tad bit more. I mean, we could joke.
You're doing a lot of word salad. Listen, you're doing a lot of tap dancing up here. Joy just named the man that she wants, and you said Joy would turn that down. So getting all
I ain't
what
saying she
all.
would. I'm saying she.
Hold on, I gotta address some real
Okay.
bravado network. I need you to you need to slow your roll real quick.
So what is it the end that she really wants? Not what she says she wants, but what does she really want?
I think she wants someone that's able to provide, but also be like intellectually like that can stimulate like have a conversation with, be real, like be able to go to McDonald's and also go to the Fogos and not have a problem with that. Like I think she wants a man that, you know, I just think she wants.
So the McDonald's thing is a deal breaker? Like if you don't want to go to me, I don't want to go to McDonald's. So she wouldn't date me because I don't want to go to fucking McDonald's? What is that?
No, she wouldn't date you.
Ty, what are you talking about, man? I know, right?
But here's the thing. I said McDonald's.
I got more word salad. Let me move to NAllen.
I said McDonald's or the equivalent of. When I posed that question to the chat, it was like the equivalent, because I know some people don't like McDonald's.
Ty,
right?
I'm not eating. A lot of men aren't eating the equivalent of McDonald's if you're grown.
You go to Starbucks?
I don't go to Starbucks, but I would not equate Starbucks with McDonald's. McDonald's meat isn't even real.
As far as
nobody ever meant a literal. Well, they did mean a literal McDonald's, but I didn't mean a literal McDonald's.
Oh my God, now we're changing the definition
the
of
amount of
McDonald's.
money you're spending on a date. So if you want to take a woman to the coffee, to Starbucks to get a chai tea latte and or whatever, we're saying the equivalent of that. Or if you want to take her, I said the same thing. You want to take her for a walk on a park, a picnic on the beach with your mayonnaise sandwich. That's the equivalent. Like that's what we're saying on the first date.
I think the amount of money that you would spend in Starbucks versus McDonald's is equivalent, but I don't think those two establishments are equivalent. Starbucks is like elite. That's how I view it. I think that's how most women view it.
Right. I wasn't saying in the nutritional value of the food. I was saying
I'm not talking about nutritional. I'm just talking about disgusting. No one really is going to say that Starbucks really is disgusting. In fact, they're like a premier coffee. They charge premier prices, right? McDonald's is on the other end. There's nothing premier about them. They got their fucking 30-cent menu. All right. I'm taking a woman on a date to a 30%. So you're saying, Joy wants a man that can go to Fogo, but then eat off the 30-cent menu. What I'm trying to tell you, Ty, is that a lot of men ain't going to do that shit. Men don't want to eat in the sewer. Okay. I don't think that's a good requirement for Ty to have.
Okay. So maybe we can go get hookah. How about that? Maybe that's better. Maybe that's more digestible.
Anything that's not gonna blow out them intestines, man. Shit, like
you know what?
I'm trying to blow out your intestines, but in another way. Okay, not with McDonald's.
But you know what? Did you hear the exchange between Ocho Cinco and Shannon about the food that they were eating, as far as their law or their getting hurt in the league, where Chad was saying the reason why Shannon was getting hurt is because he was eating like a rabbit. Did you hear that, Lee?
I didn't hear that, but I know that the men that are in the NFL, they have it's almost alien genetics. They're almost not human. Like the amount of fast twitch muscles that they have, and it's the muscle composition. They're not like us. You look at them and they look like humans, but the shit that they were doing in their 20s is ridiculous, definitely. Right? So they can get away with eating almost anything, right? And for Chad to say, "Oh, well, you got hurt in this because you were doing this or doing that," I mean, that is a joke, right? He's joking because the NFL has like 100% injury rate. Like everybody gets hurt, right? At some point. Although, listen, I don't know if y'all have seen this man at 55, if y'all have seen him without a shirt on. This dude is ripped. Now he's on steroids, right? But he's still ripped as hell.
You think he's on steroids?
No, he's definitely on steroids.
Yeah, who talking about Shannon Sharpe?
Yeah.
No.
You think he's on steroids?
Yes.
100%.
He's 55-year-old man, girl, please. He has some boobs if he wasn't on steroids.
Not necessarily boobs, but yes, he's the amount of muscle mass that he has is insane.
It is,
especially for a 55-year-old man.
Did y'all see him in that grandma sweater? That blue grandma sweater.
You talking about at the Lakers when he was about
to,
it
was some furniture movement about to happen over there.
Yeah. It was roid rage.
It was.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's not playing well either.
No. He's definitely, and it's not maybe for women are like, oh my God. Men are like, absolutely. Just like, some things y'all women just don't see. Just like Derrick Jackson, y'all didn't see that nigga. Every man was like immediate, like, oh my god, oh my god. You know, dudes like your boy Shannon Sharpe. They've talked about it. If you just Google like or put on YouTube Shannon Sharpe steroids, you know, he's 100% on steroids.
Yeah, like he got the Arnold arms, the Arnold
and
Schwarzenegger
it's not, you know, and that's not bad, you know, because look at him. He's in great health. You know,
He's
a lot
too big for me. I'm only 4'11", by the way, David. Yeah, he too big. That's another reason why I
4'11".
wouldn't like
God damn.
he too big.
But he's too old too.
Oh my
So shit,
God.
Joy.
Too big
Like,
and old.
okay, so how tall do you want? How big do you want your men to be?
Like 6'1", 6'2".
And how tall is Shannon Sharpe? He's
I
like
don't know, but he
6'1".
old and he big. I don't like the combination of both.
She
It
don't
just
like the
work.
wide body. She like the slim fine.
Oh, you want the genuine?
Yeah, like
just
this. It
skinny.
looked like it
She
hurt.
more like a receiver, not like a running back.
So you okay? So you want the Ocho?
Definitely
So
like
you
a
want
wide
the
receiver.
She want
A
the Ocho
Chad
Cinco.
Johnson.
okay? You want them kappas. You don't want them damn sigmas and them
Definitely don't want no
cuties.
Kappas.
You want them skinny
I'd
ones.
have had that conversation. Definitely don't want them Kappas. No
Oh
shade
my
to Kappas.
god.
I like the other side of 1911.
Shout out to the D9. We love all.
I'm looking at Ty trying to clean it up.
Shout out to the D9 out there.
Shout out to Ty cleaning that shit up.
Man, when that purple and gold came through Charlotte, North Carolina this summer.
My god. But those are big dudes, right?
Right. Roboto said he got that purple and gold.
So which one is it? Do you want big dudes or not? Listen, it's all over the place. You cannot pin Joy down for nothing.
Shannon, it looked like it hurt for him to put his clothes on. That's uncomfortable.
That's a
Who likes to
steroid.
smother me?
I mean, you 4'11", anybody gonna smother you?
True.
I think that's probably what it is.
Jesus,
Because
y'all
of your
this
height.
ain't even making sense. You know,
I think
the
it's 'cause
only
of
dude
height,
that's
'cause
not gonna
he
smother
doesn't
you, he gonna be
intimidate you
5'3"
not one
himself.
bit.
And then you gonna be like, I don't want you. Then you gonna say you don't want a dude that's 5'3".
I don't. He's too short.
But he ain't gonna smother you. So which one do you want?
I might be able to beat him up. I need to like feel a little bit scared of him.
Right.
You'll be scared of Shannon when he hit that Roy rage on you.
Okay, he gonna throw his head through a wall. When he throw his head through a wall.
Oh, man, listen, let me get up off this thing. I'm sure y'all got other people in the
Thanks,
back, man.
TLA.
But listen, shout out to y'all, man. Great job on y'all's show. This is an excellent show. All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank
You
you.
too.
We got somebody else in the back. She's been waiting so patiently.
Thank you. Wait, Mama Bear moments.
Mama Bear coming back for round
Back.
2.
She said she got some things to say to you, TLA.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you. Thank you for waiting so patiently in the back.
Of
You know, when
course,
TLA
you
comes
should
through,
have
we always
let
want to.
him stay because I had
Oh.
some words.
I'm pretty sure he's probably still sticking around, but when he comes through, you know, we like to roll out the red carpet for the man, the myth, the legend. So thank you for waiting patiently in the back. But what's your beef, Mama Bear? What's up?
Of course, and you know we all love TLA, so
Exactly.
no worries. But I feel like due to the relationship we have, I can be honest with him.
Uh-oh.
You know?
Uh-oh.
He
Uh-oh. He said he wanted to
Hold on.
He said he wanted to
Showtime.
smoke, Mama Bear.
Oh, TLA, what's good?
Oh, now it's what's
Now
good.
it's good.
Y'all hear it change? Y'all hear it change? Oh, TLA, how are you doing? Y'all hear that shit change, right?
She had to tap into her femininity.
Now I have nothing but
She had to
masculine
submit.
energy. I ain't submitting to anything right now.
Oh, God, how you doing, Mama Bear Moments, man?
I'm okay. How are you?
I am doing well. It's so good to hear from you.
I'm glad. So, I feel like you were picking on Joy a little bit.
I love Joy. Joy crazy as hell, but I do love Joy.
Well, and you know, I know it's all love, but I feel like Joy wasn't necessarily saying that she wanted like this rich man. I and I've seen this before with many relationships, but I think she wants her equal. right? Because if she's in a position where she's dating a man that makes less, then he might grow to resent her. But if she builds with a man, he will also resent her from watching and realizing who he was before when he had nothing. Kind of like Steve Harvey. He always talks about, well, why doesn't a woman want to build with a man? But his first wife built with him and he left her. And there's a lot of situations like this. Like a big one I know about is Anna Marie Douglas, who was Frederick Douglass's first wife. And she was instrumental in ensuring his freedom. And she took care of him and all of their 5 kids.
We're going back to slavery. Is that
No,
what we're
here,
doing? Oh,
listen
okay.
to
Shout out
me.
to Frederick
Okay.
Douglass.
Excuse me,
Hear her
sir.
out. Come on, hear her out, here, lady.
Excuse me.
Come on.
Sojourner
This is
Truth had a
important.
husband. Okay, let's go.
It's important. It's important because she was instrumental in ensuring his freedom. And one of the quotes that Frederick Douglass is known for is, the ability to read ensures freedom forever. But he never taught his wife how to read. And he kept her there for a reason. And so many women are like this. And I understand you want a woman that has something to lose.
Did she
But-
want to learn how to read?
From the biographies that I've read, the only one that I read from
Exactly.
her. No, TLA, don't do that.
Exactly.
He had a
Listen,
choice.
I asked you a straightforward question because you tried to make the point that he didn't teach her how to read. Well, fine.
I didn't finish. Let me finish.
You had moved on from that point.
No.
I don't want you to move on from the point and then we don't address
Okay.
it.
So
You know, you can.
the only
Okay, go ahead.
biography about her, because he has several biographies. In all of those biographies, she's not mentioned very much, but her daughter wrote one about her life, and in that biography, she did notate that her mom wishes she would be able to read books and read the same things that her husband did. So if we're going off just of his account, no. But if we're going off of her daughter's account, yes.
No, not yes. You know,
Yes.
it's one thing. No, it's one thing to want to know how to read. It's another thing to want to learn how to read. I would love to.
Wanting to learn. What is?
Those are two different things.
Please
Yes,
clarify.
I would love to know how to play the piano, but I don't want to go through the learning process. Those are two different things. If
How
I
is
could
that
just
different? Because if her daughter is saying that her mother wishes she can participate with everyone else, read the same books that her husband can read, and understand like newspapers and things that are being published, how is that not related to the desire of wanting to learn how to read? Because the only way to be able to participate in that type of life is if you learn.
let me explain this to you, Mom Bear
Please
Moments.
do, because I'm confused.
People want results. They don't
Yes.
want to do the work. Ask NAllen about the Mongiorno bullshit that she be talking about. People want to lose weight, but they don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? They want they want the end result, but don't want to go through the process. That's what you're not understanding. It could be very consistent for a fat person to want to be skinny, but not want to go to the gym to lose the weight. It can be very possible for that woman to want to know how to read the book, but not sit there every night and go through the learning process of how to read. You are speculating that she wanted to actually do the learning, when NAllen knows that a lot of people who want to be skinny just want to pop pills. They want to shortcut it. So you're trying to make the point that Frederick Douglass, you're trying to slam on him saying that he never taught his wife to read when you don't even know that the wife wanted to undertake the learning process. Have I cleared that? Do you see what I'm saying? Have I cleared that up for you? You cannot slam Frederick Douglass for that. That's right.
See, and this is the weird thing, because I think there's a difference between, and semantics are very important, but I feel like you're debating the semantics versus the general idea.
No. It's not semantics.
No, it is, because
words NAllen will tell you
something.
they do mean something. NAllen will tell you that people want the results but don't want to go to do the work. NAllen will tell you that it's not semantics. People want that Mongiorno diet pill. They don't want to go to the gym. There's nothing semantics about that. Reading is a difficult process to learn.
If I may say one thing, and I am not that familiar with the story of Frederick Douglass, and I mean, I just know the basics of it. Okay, so that's my bad. But I will say this though. I think here I go. I think around that time, I think there's a lot to be said about the optics of a situation. And I think if a child feels like their parent is suppressing another parent, isn't that something to say? Isn't that a perspective to take in? Because you represent children, TLA. So isn't that a perspective to take in if a child is saying, hey, my mom really did want this and she couldn't have it because, and like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of the story. So Mama Bear Moments, you're probably more of an expert on it than I. But is that not a perspective to take in?
It is one perspective to consider. But what you need to understand, Ty, is that children often do not know the entire relationship with their parents.
Very, very true.
So many people get here on YouTube and they talk about, oh, my parents have been married for 40 years. They have no idea what was going on in that fucking
true.
marriage.
I will say I understand my mother way more, and my father actually way more now than I did when I was 13 and they were going through a divorce.
Exactly. So that's the answer to your question. You cannot depend on what a child thinks in terms of that relationship because they don't know the full extent of it.
Mm-hmm.
And just because people want to use the quick way to lose weight, they still want to lose weight. That's still the ultimate goal,
Yeah,
though.
that's still action.
Yeah, people
still the
have
ultimate
goals,
goal.
but then the majority of Americans are obese. So
Well,
having a goal doesn't matter if you're not going to do the work.
What you were saying before, this is what she was saying about the semantics. It's kind of like, it's still like,
Guys.
I want to lose weight. Some people are willing to exercise to lose weight. Some people, I mean, it does take effort to even get these prescriptions, as you can see with the Mounjaro BS that I've been shooting these videos on. But
like
it's still like the goal. She still wants to read, and maybe we don't know that if there was an attempt or, if he was like, just not, he's consumed with whatever freedom stuff he was doing. And not,
NAllen,
giving her the opportunity.
NAllen, you just said, NAllen, no, listen. No. That's not, you're assuming that it's a goal. If we're gonna really talk, let's talk. You're assuming that it's a goal. A lot of fat people will be sitting in the driveway of McDonald's wishing they were skinny. You wishing that you're skinny is not a goal if you're sitting in the driveway of McDonald's in the pickup line.
But if you want to get a prescription of some miracle drug you heard about, that takes effort.
It does take effort. It does take effort. But here's the thing.
I know this is your show, but can you tap out for a second?
She's like, listen, did I get it?
No. See, I know I work with colonels and majors and even 2-star generals, and they do this where they try to overtalk you, and like, you're not going to do that with me.
I'm not over talking you, but we're not going to move on from this point without clearing it up. You brought up a point, and we're going to clear it up.
No, sir.
Yes, we're going to. I value what you say. I value what you say, and if you raise a point, I want to talk about it.
To take the medication, there's still risk. Even if there's a shortcut, there's a risk present with the medication. So
that's true.
The action is different, right? The learning how to read is a much more difficult process than acquiring medication. And that process is much easier than going to the gym. But if they're willing to risk their health to take the medication to get the body that they want, I think that is something that we need to consider. I think
we can consider it. We can consider anything.
Oh, it's not the same way.
No. We can consider anything. Ty said we should consider something, and I said, yeah, we can consider it. But then I told her the true nature of what she considered, and she backed off. She was like, yeah, you're right. You can consider a lot of stuff.
You know what? Well, I'm not Ty. I don't back down.
Well, here's the thing.
Hold on. My point is,
but she wrote the daughter wrote. I would think that she wrote this story about her mother from an adult perspective, right? And
She
so,
did, Ty.
But
and
you don't
from
even know
there,
what the relationship was between the daughter and the
I think
father.
she would
No,
probably
and
know
that's
it
not
better than
important
you
either. At the
would,
end of the
TLA,
day,
You
it's
or
the
watch
Mama
goal.
her
Bear.
have strokes
It's the goal. It's
and
the
die
end result.
alone,
It's the
TLA. And guess
result.
what? He moved a white woman into his house.
Listen, shout out to the
Well,
smooth cats.
But do
no,
you
we're
see
not shouting
what?
that out. No, sir.
Over
We're not
here.
You
shouting
want?
because that is a very that is a trigger point for a lot of women
No,
when it
but
comes
here's
to
the
things
thing.
like
You
this.
and
Mm.
that's the thing. I get it. Like you understand that you want a woman that has something to lose because she'd be invested in your relationship, right? But there are plenty of women that are lawyers. There are plenty of women who are doctors. They have degrees. They have partners. So it's like, what are you afraid of, TLA?
Listen, I'm afraid of men and women. I'm afraid of humans. Humans will fuck your shit up.
I agree.
And if you knew what I knew practicing 20 years, you would be skeptical of everybody.
That's fair. Yeah,
Everybody.
that's fair.
Right? So when you say what I'm afraid of, listen, I am trying to make it to where it is less probable that I get screwed over in a major way. And if you deal with people with nothing to lose, it is more probable that you'll get screwed over. Now, you can date lawyers or doctors, whoever else, and it'll still go crazy, right? Antonio Brown, millions and millions of dollars, he was taking photos of himself with some IG model and extorting her. You would think Antonio Brown has stuff to lose. But here he is extorting people for $5,000 a photo on WhatsApp,
But
right?
he got CTE. That's not.
You're right.
That's
He
not
does have
fair.
CTE. But the point is he has stuff to lose and he's still wilding out.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
So
I get that. I get that.
well, so that's the answer to your question.
It's just, and I'm a mom, I have a daughter, right? And I see so many women, they invest so much in men. This is black women with black men, and all different types of people in relationships. And it's hard, right? It's hard for men because women screw over men, let's be real, and women also get screwed over by men. So it's just a very scary thing because it's like, oh, women have all of these credentials and these things. It's like there's so many men that are like, oh, if my wife doesn't lose weight, we're going to have a problem. Is that not criteria for a man to stay? It's like men have things that they want, right? And I get that. But women also have things that they want. And I think that they both matter. And maybe, each relationship is different, right? Like if men are paying all the bills, women have to do something. Every relationship is different. But in America, due to capitalism, most relationships are not like that. Most relationships are dual income, right? So if a woman is fighting traffic, just like the man, if she is bringing home the bacon, just like the man, then there are some things that you're going to have to, as a man, compromise on. And I don't think that's bad.
It's not bad. Look, Doug says if a woman I'm with gains 100 pounds, I'm gone.
And he's fair to he's fair to say that because attraction is important, right? He has
Yes.
every right to do that. However, if he doesn't go to the gym and his woman wants him to go to the gym, she can leave too. And that's the
Yeah.
scary thing about it because relationships are risk. Like
Right.
to what's it called, no fault divorce. My husband can leave me at any time. I met TLA because I went on his show and I told the world that my husband wasn't getting any tail for 7 months, right?
We're
Like,
gonna have to wrap it up soon,
and,
Mama Bear.
and he stayed. He stayed for his own reasons. But there are some men that they feel like they should leave, right? And they have every right to do that. So
Yeah, that's
that's what I'm
kind of
saying.
like well, we
That's what
kind of
I'm
go
saying.
always
It's
go
very
back to
fair.
like everybody has their preferences at the end of the day. We
Yes.
just don't want, anybody, you know, paint a back. What is it, Ty? Using a broad brush to paint it, whatever. However,
that's
it's
broad.
painted.
Using
Yeah, Mama
a
Bear Moments, you
brush.
came up. You say you had smoke for me, but aside from the Frederick Douglass thing that you were wrong on, I didn't hear anything else.
I
Like
wasn't wrong. You know what? I'm
no, listen.
sick of this shit,
You
man.
tried to ding.
I'm
You tried to
tired.
ding. Oh, okay. She's tired. All right, that's the reason. There's always a justification.
Yeah, you had justification. You had justifications for every argument that I brought up.
What was
What
your?
is this?
I didn't hear any smoke,
And the
bro.
only reason I
okay.
brought up Frederick Douglass is because we don't learn about history, right? If we don't learn about it, we're doomed to repeat it. And
Okay, but that's not smoke for me. I agree with that last statement. I
You said
agree
you
with the
didn't
stuff that you're
agree
saying.
with me.
I said that I didn't agree with you.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. You're like, no, there's a difference between wanting to learn and actually doing. You disagreed with me.
That's
you
why I
disagreed
said.
with the
That's why
end.
I agree. Right. I said aside from that Frederick Douglass thing, that you didn't understand there was a difference between wanting something and actually trying to achieve it. Right. Aside from your misunderstanding of that, I agree with the other stuff that you were saying about if a woman gains 200 pounds and the man leaves, that's fine. And if the man gains 200 pounds and the woman leaves, that's fine. I agree with that. I don't know where the smoke was. I agree with that. People have their preferences. I agree with that.
To address David Carmina, I will say right now in my life, I'm the breadwinner. And I wholeheartedly believe that men their purpose is not just to bring a paycheck. Okay, like I
agree with that too.
And
You
where
say you got smoke with me. I agree with all the stuff you're saying.
Oh, I thought you disagreed. Okay, but I didn't like when you were picking on Joy.
Okay, well, just say that then. Say that.
I did. I said in the beginning. You
Came
weren't
up here to
listening
make
to
sure
me.
I smother you and Joy. All of y'all are so tiny.
Mama Bear,
we love you, Taylor.
thank you so much for coming up
I
here.
love you too,
and
Mama Bear. You are amazing.
yes, giving us a small little history lesson, TLA. I hope you learned something tonight.
Yeah, I learned that Freddie Douglass' wife didn't want to read. She just,
you know what?
It's Black History Month too. It's so bad.
Everybody just wants the quick way. No one wants to sit there and actually do the work. I hear you. Shout out to NAllen, all this Majorno stuff she talking about.
Thank you, Mama Bear, for coming. We have someone else back here in the back here. We want to pull him up. TLA, you staying up?
Who is it? Let me just drop off. It's damn 12 o'clock where I'm at.
It's our good mastermind member.
Huh?
It's we got Fawcett in the bag.
Shout out to Fawcett, man. I'm gonna let Fawcett come on and lay it down.
Oh
yeah. Shout out to Fawcett.
Go ahead. We're gonna let TLA go and give his closing.
There wasn't no closing. I just listen. Frederick Douglass tried to teach that woman how to read. She didn't want to do it. So.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, listen, it's 12 o'clock. Shout out to y'all, man. But I love this show. Shout out to Mama Bear Moments, the beautiful Mama Bear Moments. She
Thank
is
you,
amazing.
Mama Bear.
Y'all up here cooking. All right, shout out to Fawcett. I'll let him come on and say his piece. All right. Bye, guys.
Right. Well, y'all got me cracking up tonight. I ain't laughed this hard all week.
Right.
Well, I know. I told you. Didn't I tell y'all we were supposed to be?
Oh my god!
It's a school night. You gonna bring them
I
up?
know. This is hilarious.
Come on, Fawcett.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's a school night. Can you hear me?
Hey, Fawcett.
Hold on.
Y'all hear that echo?
You echo.
Hold on. Let me put that cancellation. How about now?
Hello? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. What's happening, ladies?
Fawcett, you got a lot of smoke in the chat today with us.
Oh man, I didn't have that much smoke for you. I really just was pointing out the obvious. You know what I mean?
Thank you for coming through and supporting us, though.
Yeah, what's good? What's good with y'all? How's things going? Congratulations on this show, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all up here, you doing the thing, man. You got it popping.
So tell us, Fawcett, what do you think about the Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharpe conversation around women, marriages, and relationships?
Well, I think I got enough context clues. I saw the clip going around, and I didn't actually get to see the full thing in its entirety. But based on what you're talking about, I know the character of both of these guys, You know, Ocho Cinco being a notorious troll, if you will, and also a spendthrift, and Shannon Sharpe being who he is, you know, bachelor at 55, or as TLA said on that TRT, allegedly.
I don't think y'all really think he's on steroids.
Yeah, man. Most of the big guys is out here, man. If they after a certain age, yeah, for sure. There's some kind of hormone replacement therapy, like The Rock, allegedly. I'm gonna keep saying allegedly. I don't want to get y'all in.
Oh yeah. So what do you think about what they were saying about well, you know,
About Joy? About Joy?
No, about Ocho.
Yeah, about you.
He tried to call you out.
What
But
about
Ocho
what happened? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this whole point about you getting a house after the first date.
Who said that?
that?
I love the way that y'all have totally made up your own narrative. Tell me about
girl.
All right. Well,
Tell
actually,
me more. What else do I want?
Nah, go ahead. Clarify for me.
What I never said that.
So, no, but your sentiment was that the man has to be able to have a certain level to qualify for you, right?
So the backstory was, I can't remember the core of the conversation, but I remember we were talking on different podcasts, like another episode of this.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying something to the effect of somebody making $60,000 should be able to take care of the whole household. And I was like, that is not possible. You can't raise a family of 4 on $60,000. And somewhere in there, I did say that I want somebody that's going to be able to maintain my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want you to be where I'm at or above. It would be.
Is that a baseline requirement?
Mm-hmm.
The core of the argument was, I'm not going to stop doing what I got going on and go down there at $60,000. For what, that doesn't make any sense. That's not rational. Just so that individual can be like, I take care of my family. That does not jive with me. Now, for
is that realistic though?
It may work out. That would not work for me.
Is that realistic though? Are you eliminating basically your perfect match?
Again, the core of what we were talking about at that moment was all about, can you have a family of 4 on $65,000? And I reject that idea. For me to what is the thing that we've been saying? Get on that person's program. I'm not going to
get on the program. Get with the program.
I'm not doing that.
You're not getting on whose program?
I'm not. Am I not? Y'all, do y'all hear
me? She's not getting on the program of the man that thinks it's okay to try to maintain. Well, not say thinks it's okay, but if he is not on being able to maintain her lifestyle, then she's not getting on his program.
So, and another caveat to that was
the idea is, why would I quit what I got going on for that? That doesn't make any sense. Now, if you enter into the situation and that you're adding to what I already got going on, okay, that's a different scenario. But what we were talking about specifically was this idea that man, he can take care of family and $65,000, and I was like, no, you can't.
But that was probably just anecdotal. That was probably just.
It's all anecdotal. They always speak from anecdotes. It's never out of fact.
And this whole thing, I mean, it took off
because I trust her.
That's how it works on these shows, though. You say one thing, it'll go viral. You know that,
huh?
I say you say one thing, it'll go viral. That's what happens.
I mean, and it's fine. I just
and David Carmina says you capping.
For me, he
David though, he was up here.
I'll give David some attention. Listen, what we're saying, the idea is, I think for anybody, you want somebody who is equal or greater. Like, I don't know anybody that wants to meet somebody that's gonna pull them down in life. Period. And that doesn't have to necessarily be monetary. It could be a myriad of things. But in this particular circumstance, we were talking about money.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's it.
But is that a disqualifier? That's what I'm trying to
figure. If the person can't buy me a house?
Right. Because who's to say he
I
won't
can
be able
buy
to buy
my
you a
own
house?
house.
Well,
That's
who's
the thing. Like,
that's why I'm getting that. That's what I'm getting at. If you can buy
I
your
did
own
buy my
house,
own house. Like, I've already done
I'm
that.
about to say,
your own
who
house.
says who bought that one?
I've already done that.
If you can buy your
Yeah.
own house, then why does he have to buy you a house?
Because we're talking about somebody being greater than or equal to. You could take it as literal as you would like.
But what if your perfect match isn't greater than or equal to you?
I think what
I
she
ain't
was
met that
saying
person
at the
yet.
time
I'll
too, it
circle
was
back when I do.
at the time the guy was making 65, right? And he didn't want the woman to work because he wanted to be in charge. And it's like 65 is not gonna cover all of that because if she could, bring her part to the table because she
Yeah.
works and she has, her means that she has. If
Right.
he's like, oh, I want to be the man, I don't want my woman to work, and now you have a 65, that's not enough.
Exactly.
But
Don't be trying to tell me that I can't work because you want to be in charge, and that's what you have.
But
You're not going to get that.
And so if you want to run me and you want to tell me what to do and how to do, and you want me to quit my job, we need to
Right.
be greater than or equal to. Like,
So
I
Right.
think
the
we
monetary
yoked.
level, you don't listen if it's not above 65. Great.
No.
If it's not above
It's not
65 and you
greater
don't want me to work,
If
and
it's
you
not
want to
greater.
really be boss.
No, she's talking specifically about the man who supposedly does not care how much money she makes, and she's saying she lives a specific lifestyle. She maintains a specific lifestyle on her own. If this man comes in with the mindset of, well, no, I'm the man, I'm the leader of the household, but I only make 65, and not only do I only make 65, you can't make whatever you make, and you're gonna have to come under me. She's saying, no, I'm not going to do that just to make you feel good and make you feel like the leader, if that's what you need to feel like the leader.
That's what I'm
A lot
saying.
of men,
So you won't respect him if he doesn't make
if
more.
he comes in with that mindset, but you can probably come in with that mindset. I'm not speaking for Joy, but you can find people you can probably come in making $65,000, and instead of you coming in talking about I'm the leader, I'm the man, you're gonna do what I say, and I'm making the money, you're gonna stay home in the kitchen cooking. You can say, babe, you make 100,000, I make 65. We can put this all together. We got 165 and buy us a better house than the one you're in right now. If you come in with that agreeable mindset, she's more open to that versus the man that's trying to come in and take
Men
her
are agreeable.
But so
and bring her back down because he's not where she's at. So he's like, if I'm not there, then you can't be there. So you're gonna be down here because I'm the leader. She's saying, no, come in. If you come in and you work
He's talking about to make her a housewife. Make her a housewife.
Exactly. I think that's what people kind of got it confused at.
Which, and also let's be very clear, I don't have no desire to be nobody's housewife.
Well, see, that's another
I got my own goals and
That's a
ambitions.
whole other thing.
You got to be agreeable.
Right. But you don't want to get under his program. So basically that wouldn't be the guy for you, right?
That's his
program.
program.
Okay, then that's the guy for me.
But most of the guys that are going to be making what you make or above you are going to expect you to do certain things, right?
And when people are doing that, what in the world are we still talking about? Because these women who are making six figures, they are still cooking. They might not cook 7 days a week or 2 or 3 times a day because they're not chefs. But they are still cooking. They are still cleaning up the house. They are still giving you these 2 or 3 kids
to do it,
or they're taking
long as
care
they
of
get
the
done.
business. So what is the complaining about? I
No,
don't
there's
know.
no complaining. There's no complaining.
And I don't listen. I told you I don't. I'm not to talk too much. I don't listen.
But that's the whole thing. Like, it's back to what I said earlier. I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't.
That's throwing up your hands. That's throwing up your hands.
Been money is not the end all be all. Like I vividly remember being in college, like in the early 2000s, and the guys would have the rims, the 20-inch, 22-inch rims, the spinners,
Three wheels, girl.
It didn't move me.
Spinners. You got the
like it didn't move. I've never been that person.
Okay.
It ain't never done nothing for me ever. Mm-hmm. Like I've always had the mindset of if I want something, I need to be responsible for me. I need to figure out how I can do whatever those things are. I would never put that on another person and obligate them to my desires.
Right.
I have met
It's
people.
a-
Granted, now I want to be very, very clear about who I am and what I like.
Uh-huh.
I like the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, and all of the things.
Now you coming out. That all right.
No,
Thanks for-
I mean,
You've said it before.
I've been here. This ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing
She
new.
said it
about
before.
I know.
But I buy my own. I would not feel like that other person is duty bound to go and do those things. Now, to your point about this magical number that's a cutoff in terms of, oh, you won't, talk to somebody that makes less than this. What ends up happening is there's some sort of opposition. There is this defiance, this reluctance. I don't want to call it jealousy because I think that's a step too far.
But who's
But
defiant?
there is some sort of intimidation. There is something that happens with a man when he feels that he can't do those things and can't provide those things. And I ain't even asked him to do it. That's the thing that blows my mind. I asked you to. I never say.
But
If
you don't
there is
think there's a
some
reason for that?
assumption that's there.
You don't think there's a reason for that? A
That
natural
ain't my problem.
heritage?
I mean, I can't account for the things and the conversations and experiences that person had prior
But
to
you already said you wouldn't come with the same type of respect, right?
because of what I just told you. If the person, this is what I am telling you. These are my experiences. I'm not going to say, since apparently on the
only
internet you
single
gotta
one?
say
You're
things
the only single
that
one?
are assumable.
You know, Allen? And Ty, you both are married?
No, I'm not
am,
married, but I'm
temporarily.
but I'm spoken for.
Oh, you spoke a long-term relationship. And Allen?
See, this is the assumptions. I just met that man
Married.
yesterday.
Oh, my bad. I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt now. I'm just saying, what's the status
I
of
didn't.
these up here? Oh,
No,
y'all
I am my I guess legal status is I'm a single woman. Yeah,
okay.
single mom. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm just trying to get the idea of the unsolicited opinion, you know.
Why?
Did you cut me off in the middle of my statement? Because I feel
I'm so
like
sorry,
you did.
girl. You know
No, I'm
what?
saying, I know it's
No,
late.
he did. He
I know
completely
it's late
stopped
for you.
talking to me
He
when I was
did. He did because he
I
did,
want
girl.
you to-
Because you was making too much
I
sense. It
want
was
you to
too much
filibuster
sense.
me.
It was too much sense, girl. It was too much.
Don't worry about it. I'm done.
It was
Nah.
too much.
I
Look, we
ain't
got.
want you to
Oh,
filibuster
I thought
anymore.
we did. We don't. All
I
right.
know
So
y'all
the
gotta go
back
to
is
work in the
closed,
morning.
guys. The link is done. The back is closed. We'll wrap it up with Fawcett because we appreciate him coming on, and so we're gonna wrap it.
Thank you for having me. My name is
Yes.
Fawcett Media. You can check out my channel over there. I do reactions, content, and I talk about a lot of the subjects that I hit on this show. But thank you for having me. I just wanted y'all to I wanted to see what the smoke was like over here. I don't know about y'all.
We didn't really give you smoke,
No,
and actually, Joy was just getting heated up. But she said, you said you came after midnight.
Well,
She
I
was
know. I
kinda
tried
like,
to slow it down. I let y'all.
it's a
fight
school
the
night,
12-round fight with TLA, and then yeah.
But we see you. We'll see you on Saturday. That's the night you on.
Saturday? Oh, what's Saturday? Smoke show.
Saturday, we like to keep it a little spicy.
Okay.
Oh, we being spicy again.
we gonna put a little a little cayenne
in the house.
Since they think we can't cook, girl. So we can show them how we cook.
Telling them that they working, cleaning, cooking, all that on it.
I know.
I don't know. I try to
y'all
keep.
Better be able to cook. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Fawcett, you are talking to some very mature women. We know how to cook.
We finding the modern woman.
Wrong.
That's good.
We are the modern woman. We do it all. We cook, we clean, we go to work, we take care of the kids. We do it all.
All right, quick fast around the panel. What's your favorite dish? What's your most famous dish?
Famous dish?
Yeah, that you cook well.
Famous. I don't have a famous dish, but
I like jambalaya. I also like fried chicken too. Sorry to y'all who like to eat healthy.
And now no, I do like a lemon basil chicken that I really, really like.
Let me-
Always with the test.
In
They always
a,
test
I know
us.
it's always a test,
Faucet.
right? And I do it in a
David called me and
You
said
know.
hot dogs. Nah.
They been knowing everybody eating no
What
hot
you
dog.
cook, Faucet?
What do I cook?
Mhm.
I eat. I don't cook. Nah.
Oh, some of the
These
greatest chefs
modern
in the
men cooking
world.
out here.
I can definitely cook some. I can follow a recipe for sure, but I'd rather, if I'm going into a relationship with a young lady, I would like her to cook for me.
They
The
will.
first date.
Nah, not on the first date. First date, we going to a restaurant. And see, I ain't going to take you to McDonald's.
Oh,
Ain't
that's
nothing
nice.
wrong
I'll
with it.
actually take you to a good restaurant.
But apparently, it's
Roscoe's.
something wrong with somebody buying me a house. I can't eat at McDonald's, but they can't buy me a house.
When they gonna buy this house? Right on the first date?
It's the weird.
I don't even know if I like you yet. To be
Makes
honest,
no sense whatsoever.
we gonna
I
buy
gotta
a house
cook and
before I know
clean
you well.
and iron clothes and do
Okay,
laundry
Nina
for a man
Simone. I'm
that
here
can
with
only
Nina.
take me to McDonald's.
All my Nina Simone, she needs some men to cook because she probably
She said, "All my men could." Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if I've
Maybe
dated
could.
someone who couldn't.
she
They
probably.
be cooking.
We have to
Yeah,
cook to survive. Actually, you know what I mean. Men have to cook.
they be chefing it up because
And most of the chefs in the world are men. That's it.
some of them.
Most
Going to
of
this
them.
guy.
Come
TLA
on,
coming
TLA.
through.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'll go anywhere with you, boo.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
All right,
And
so
I'll
we're
break
gonna go
my
ahead. Thank you,
30-year-old
Fawcett. We're gonna
age limit
All right.
for you.
All right.
thank you. Oh, it's getting spicy. It's not even
TLA, join us
Saturday.
on Saturday.
Oh man, go ahead and wrap us up then, Joy, since you're getting all spicy tonight.
Yeah, they're real spicy. So, you guys, I don't know if y'all were with us last Saturday evening, but we had a ball.
We did.
We had some relationship debates. We use these cards right here called Tonight's Conversation. It's a card game. We talked about anything and everything. We talked about rocking the mic, who you was gonna rock it with, how you liked it, who you liked it with, would you watch, all of the things. So
Or be
I don't know if
watched.
we're gonna do a part 2, maybe some sort of Valentine's Day edition, but we love to have y'all come back and continue any conversation that we're gonna have on Saturday. But as for now, y'all, I love this conversation. Keep the comments coming down below. Tell us, what were your thoughts about Ocho Cinco? Would you go on a date at McDonald's with a guy if you were really into him? Like, what's your criteria? Like, we want to interact with you guys and keep everything engaging, even if you're watching a replay. But until Saturday, you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see y'all when we see you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.